Okay. All right. So we open
We
in
layer scene here,
Ustrea.
Verona.
Yes.
Be quiet.
Damn it, Weston.
I already didn't hear the name of the place.
All right. I'm turning this up a bit. We open in Ustrea, which is the. Okay. Whew. Okay. So, a little backstory on Ustrea, and a little information for kind of general knowledge. Ustrea is typically a bustling city. It's very big, it's very boisterous, but in these past couple of weeks, it's been even bigger. It's been booming because it's celebrating its fourth centennial Liberation Festival. So, it's kind of like a hot spot for everyone in this big region called the Siwan Blijan region. Basically, it was an empire, and now it's completely been destroyed from the rebellion. And so the celebration, since it's been super big, kind of Ooh. All right. I'm sorry. I just read that.
You're doing incredible.
Thank you. Okay. All right. So, kind of, we're going to weave through the city a bit. And as you weave through the city, you come across this, like, big town square. And in the middle is this, like, giant fountain, and it's blasting with music. There are a bunch of people playing these, like, old songs, and kind of right in the middle of them is this very, very tall, very, like, pinkish-skinned woman and a tiny little bird thing. And basically, they're just kind of dancing along with the music, kind of having a good time. And, you know, as the music kind of dies down, excuse me. As the music kind of dies down, everyone kind of starts roaring with applause. And, I guess kind of, as the tiny little bird person kind of goes back up onto this woman's shoulder, he kind of is like, he's kind of waving and like blowing kisses. Very boisterous. And his pockets are like super full of just kind of whatever he could grab. And that's just kind of around like the town square area. If you kind of move outside the town square, there's like a little bit of almost like a in-town kind of garden with like trees and flowers. It's very beautiful this time of year. And there you see these like three children kind of running around chasing this very yellow, almost child-looking woman. She's very short. And, you know, as they're running, some of the kids kind of scatter a bit. And when they they basically essentially just scatter around her. So some of them are climbing up the trees. Some of them are trying to, you know, basically get away from whoever this person is. It looks like they're having fun though. So there's joy in their face. They're laughing, they're giggling, they're screaming like normal kids would. But you know, she's like chasing them. They're climbing up the trees, and actually one of them jumps down and grabs a stick and pretends to like stab her. Doesn't stab her. Like kind of like gently pokes her stomach, and she clutches it, and she falls, and she falls in a well. So there's that. And then we kind of move from there and enter into like the big marketplace. So, going straight from where that yellow woman was, you kind of go out into the right, and there's this big bustling marketplace. And there are actually a couple of people to note here. So you have this like tiny like goblin looking thing, and this like I think it's a satyr kind of walking around perusing the shops. They're not really looking for anything specific that you can tell, but it looks like they're just perusing, seeing what the wares are. And then you kind of move from them and go a little bit further down and to the left, which is another batch of stores. And you have this very beautiful blue dragon. And she's kind of, well, half dragon. She's kind of just walking around perusing too, trying to just, like I said, see the wares and whatnot. And I don't know if she has anything specific she's looking for. We'll get back to that. But we're going to move on from there, kind of pick you up and drop you kind of right next door to this very big tavern. There's actually a few of them in the city. Not too many. I think there's only about 2 or 3. But inside this tavern... Oh. In this tavern, you see it's bustling. There are like the waitresses are going everywhere. The waiters are taking their orders. It is busy. And right at the bar, there is this like halfling, right? And all you see is right in front of her is this very, very big, burly man. And they're arm wrestling. So they're locked arm in arm. They're about to go. And there's where we'll stop right there. And we're going to move to probably the back corner. And in the back corner, you have this this one character who looks very much like an elf, very pointed ears, very I guess very shaggy hair. Not too shaggy, it's very short, but it looks purposefully messy. And he's just, he's just eating his food, drinking his drink, doing whatever. Trying to make sure that's everybody. And if I remember correctly, let me check just to be sure. All right. So, oh. All right. Okay. So, we're going to take it all the way back to the very burgundy-looking lady and her weird-looking child. So, Pip, or Vinny, and Alyssa, I need you to unmute, please. All right, so. Ooh, oh goodness. I'm getting all of the messages. All right. So, after your performances, where would y'all like to go?
Okay, well, firstly, I'd like to talk to Pipsqueak.
All right. And what do you want to say?
Okay, I say, Pip, my boy, you were incredibly charming in the show today. Incredibly charming. How did we do on tips?
Pip's gonna dig their hands into their pockets and just jingle them so loudly.
I like the sound of that. Okay, well, we need a fucking drink.
All
We'll get
right.
something for you too. You did excellent. What would you like, Pip? Let's see it. Andy?
Wait, what did you say?
And I'll get something for Pip as well. Would you like birdseed, candy? What do you want?
Candy?
Candy? Okay, we'll get candy.
Candy?
It's fine. Not to get sticky fingers here. We're keeping a low profile here.
Low profile.
All right. So do you head down the marketplace?
Yes, I think first, I'm going to... I don't know if I can reach... Is Pip up on my shoulder at the moment?
Pip would be up on your shoulder, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so... I think firstly, we're going to just sort of walk down, the middle of, the marketplace.
Mm-hmm.
And look around at the stalls for, maybe something... Get a treat for Pip.
Okay. All right. So, you come up upon a vendor who looks kind of scraggly. Nothing too, he just looks unkept. And he's kind of like, what do you want?
Oh, I'm just looking for something sweet for my sweet little boy here, if you could. Sweet
Well,
young
I think I got something. And he kind
You
of
have something.
reaches under. He reaches under the counter and you hear this loud crack, and he pulls up this I guess it would be this brown covered lollipop, basically. It's almost like a caramel, but the way that he stuck it, there's some wood chips in it. It's very gross.
Okay.
And as we walk up to the stall, I want Pip to kind of climb down from Dawn's shoulders.
Okay.
And as the guy's talking to Dawn, Pip's gonna try to take a little look under the counter.
Okay. Then I guess roll for perception.
And then my perception modifier, that's an 11.
That's an 11?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I mean, really, you can't really see too much. Like I said, there's if you're looking up, there's a bunch of old crusty lollipops, basically. And if you're looking just straight ahead, all you see is his shoes, which are really just, like I said, worn, unkept, nothing too interesting. I mean, he has other wares, but nothing too exciting. Nothing of interest.
Nothing shiny or anything.
Nothing shiny. It's all rusty hammers and woodworking stuff.
So I think what I'm gonna do is, as he's talking with Dawn, I'm gonna go over and tie his laces together.
Okay. Let's
Would that
see.
be stealth or sleight of hand?
I guess it would be more of a sleight of hand.
12.
Ooh, okay. So you successfully tie them together. Nothing too tight, but enough to get them to they'll basically, you get them to where they'll tighten if he moves. So
yeah.
if he ends up to go grab something, he'll end up keeling over.
Yeah.
All right. Is there
Okay.
anything else you want to do?
Can
I'm just
I...
gonna hide up behind Dawn like I wasn't
Okay.
doing anything.
Okay, perfect. All right, Dawn,
I
anything?
look at Pip and I kind of smirk at him and I pat his little head. And I look at the shopkeeper and I say, what exactly is this? Is it safe for birds? Do you think he's sort of a bird?
Uh,
A little woodier than I might have expected. Is it kids safe? Choking hazards?
no choking hazards. Maybe a couple of word chips, but you should be fine.
Oh. You sound trustworthy. What do you think, Pip?
am.
That lollipop, that one right there? It's rather large.
Pip's gonna reach out for it.
All right. Does he take it?
Yeah.
All right. Then you got a lollipop.
Wonderful.
I'm gonna lick it. What's the taste like? What's the taste check on this? Roll for taste.
Full perception.
Perception. Do you want to go ahead and lick it and see?
Just a tiny little lick, just like kind of sticking my tongue to it, like testing.
Okay. You can't really get too much of a flavor. You mostly get wood chip, but there's almost like a little bit of like a butterscotch in there.
I think I'm just gonna pocket it.
You're gonna pocket it? All right, then
Yeah.
I guess put it in your inventory.
Yeah.
All right. So are you guys gonna head straight to the tavern, or are you gonna look at more shops?
We're gonna head over to the tavern now.
Over to
Oh,
the
actually,
tavern?
on second thought, as we look about the marketplace, is there anything like interesting going on?
Nothing too interesting. It looks pretty normal.
Okay.
I mean, it's pretty bustling. Everyone's moving kind of at a fast pace, so nothing really out of the ordinary that you can see at a quick glance. And if you're scanning the perimeter, I mean, there's no really interesting characters.
There's no one like I was gonna say. Is there anyone walking around like they got something to hide?
They got
or
some
maybe
drug?
they've got something on their head. Yeah.
I mean, there will be a few people with like top hats and stuff. Nothing too interesting, and like those like really weird like paperboy hats. Nothing too interesting. I mean, there will be a couple of people with like really baggy pants, really thick pants, almost like cargo shorts, but like not really. I don't know the best way to describe them, but think about it like Aladdin from from
Who's
Aladdin.
wearing these?
There's someone a couple of vendors over talking to a shopkeep.
Do the pants have like pockets and stuff?
The pants have pockets. They're not full, but they're flowy. There could be some good stuff in there, though.
Yeah, but with how loose they are, it'd probably be kind of hard. So.
It would be. Pip might get stuck, but I have no idea.
Yeah.
You could always chance it.
I'd say Pip's just gonna walk back off towards the tavern, not even waiting for Dawn.
Okay.
Say, Pipsqueak, hold the fuck up. Hold on, you're very small. Don't have depth vision, okay? Being a low-ish profile. We're gonna have fun, but it's Centennial Festival. We don't want to get arrested here. There's lots of people. You got it?
Got it.
Let's go. Walk into the tavern. I take Pip's little... Well, can I reach his hand?
You can, yeah.
Okay, I reach his little bird hand and kind of put my finger out, like for him to grip. Walk in.
All right. You're so what you do is you're basically like leaning down to the side one way to like wait
Yes.
for him to grab it. So like you're kind of at like an angle basically. And I guess as you're walking to the tavern, someone who, you know, looks very average just kind of bumps you and is like, oh, I'm sorry. And she just kind of walks away. Not in any rush, but she did seem kind of startled that she hit you. It's nothing too interesting, but
Pip's
if you
gonna
wanna
make sure
check
they
it out.
weren't pickpocketed. Pip knows pickpocketing techniques.
okay,
Just
do you
make
want to?
sure all our stuff
I'm
is
going
there.
to also check my pockets.
All right, I guess would that be a perception check?
Probably.
All right, go for it.
Should one of us roll with advantage, or just both of us roll since we're both checking?
I guess both of you roll. If and Alyssa, you know how to you know how to roll with Roll20, right?
I got a
I
nat
haven't done it in a
20
really
plus
long
2.
time.
I got a
You'll
nat
have to
20
tell
plus
me.
2.
Oh shit. Okay. Well, Dawn, if you want to check in your character sheet, you'll be able to click on the stuff like that. It'll be.
Okay.
Let's see.
All hail me for the first nat 20 of the game, by the way.
It'll be that.
Oh, wait.
Momentous occasion.
You're welcome. That is great.
What are we rolling for again?
Rolling for perception.
Where is that on the character sheet?
It's gonna be so
In the
if you,
Ps.
it would be in the P's, but it would be so. It's not your main 6 on the far left. It'll be right next to that. It's not the first box. It's the second one. It starts with acrobatics. It's in the P's.
Hold on. My computer's being laggy.
And if you need help, Nat has a thing in the Discord. If that helps.
Okay. Efficiencies. Okay, I think I found it.
All
Word?
right.
Okay.
Let's see. Okay, y'all both did pretty well. So, basically, you're checking your pockets. Nothing of note was stolen. You're both fine.
Nothing of note, dude. I got a 22. You gotta give me more than that. I surely saw
More than
something
that?
happen.
Okay. So everything is fine. She took nothing. She genuinely just bumped into you and was startled by the encounter.
Okay.
She basically just like walked into you
Does she
almost
look
like
like-
so she was this she basically looked like this she was redhead, glasses, from what you could tell from that brief encounter, she was an elf. Nothing else of note. I mean, she was pretty tall, but not like Dawn tall. So I'd say probably about 5'8", maybe.
Alright, well,
What
none of
race is
Pip's
she?
stuff is stolen, so
Yeah.
they don't care
Human?
anymore. Focus shifted.
That's fair. And Alyssa.
I'm the parent here. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And
It's a human? It's a human.
Elf.
It's an elf.
Oh, an elf. Okay.
Yeah. You could tell just by looking at her as she's walking away. Because I would assume you're like checking your pockets and then you're like looking back.
Mhm.
She hasn't gotten too far, but from what you can tell, like her ears are protruding from her like hair. It's very pointed.
Okay.
The safest bet is that she's an elf.
She was a skittish sort of little thing, wasn't she? You fucking racist. Let's just go in the tavern.
All right. So you enter the tavern. And right there, you kind of open the doors. And there's kind of it's bustling. Like right as you open the door, there's like a waitress, and she's like, watch out, excuse me. And she's trying to like move over you and under you and around you to get to, you know, the patrons that are wanting their ale. And you kind of, as you're perusing, there's quite a few interesting characters, but nobody to note. But there is an open spot, both right next to this like really, really burly man, and there's one and like one of like the like long tables that they have, and it's like there's like a free spot next to this this like not super tiny, but like this very meek little oh my gosh, almost like a goblin, just kind of there. And it's kind of at the end, so you basically either have to pick between the burly man or the like goblin looking thing. It's like
Which
almost
looks
like
more
a
drunk?
huh?
Which one looks more drunk?
Which one looks more drunk? Probably the burly man.
I'm gonna try to like pull at Dawn's pants to go towards the burly man.
Okay.
Mama's got a plan, honey. Don't you worry. Don't you worry at all. We're gonna get free drinks. Watch this. Okay, Mama's gonna make Beck. Hold on a second. Make yourself scarce. Dawn approaches, sidles up next to the very burly man.
All right.
And is he sitting currently?
He is currently sitting and also looks preoccupied.
Okay. And Dawn's going to sit down next to him. Say, hello, dear. What's a pretty thing like you doing in a place like this?
He doesn't respond.
You're the silent type. I like that. I like the strong silent type. You got a name? Name. Interesting. You know what? I like a man who doesn't talk. I like a man who leaves room for a woman.
All right.
A woman me has plenty of room.
Oh, God. All right. I'm going to go ahead and stop you guys there and move on. Is that okay?
Yeah.
You.
No. I have other
fuck
things.
That guy.
No, you can't fuck the guy yet. We got to wait. All right. So, we're going to move from there back to the marketplace. So, we're going to kind of open back up with this like tiny little goblin looking thing and the almost satyr. So Kai, whenever you're ready.
Oh, I'm scared.
Don't be, you'll be fine. All right. So, like I said, when we opened, y'all are kind of just looking around, perusing. Are you looking for anything in particular?
I think we're just kind of looking around, seeing if we find anything useful. At least thing is, I don't know about Sini.
I want to interrogate shopkeepers.
You want to interrogate shopkeepers?
Yeah, I want to find out information about that kobold.
Okay. Well, let's see. Okay, so you go up to one. It's gonna be one on your left, and she looks pretty young. Nothing of note. Probably in her like mid-30s. She's a human. She kind of welcomes you in. She's like, "Oh, hi. How are you? How can I help?"
What is the shop? Like, what does she sell?
So from what you can tell, she sells a lot of like jewelry. Nothing too like ornate, but like it's nice enough for it to be sold for a decent price. So it's like necklaces, bracelets, bangles, all made of like the finest like silver and gold. That's not even silver and gold, it's like painted iron.
Okay. Oh, I don't want to like get too intense too quickly.
Mm.
Can I speak?
Yeah, go for it.
Hey, lady, how much you sell these for? They're pretty.
Well, it looks like our necklaces are gonna be sold for about 20 gold.
Yeah.
And our bangles are gonna be sold for about 5 or 10. Just depends if you want the finest silver or gold.
5 or 10?
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't really bring that much money, so they're really nice. Really shiny and
Oh, thank
good.
you. Well, is there anything else you would like? I sell individual pearls, and I also sell some like of the finest sapphires. They're about 100, but I'm pretty sure I can make a payment plan for you.
I think I'm good actually. I'm just gonna look, and thing kind of walks off a little bit, but it's still like deathly staring at them, admiring how just shiny they are.
I want Sini to like put her arms on like the counter.
You want to put her?
Yeah, I want her arms to be on the counter.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to say, I need your help.
Yes.
Do you know anything about the kobold in this area?
I haven't seen really any kobolds in the area recently.
None at all.
I've seen probably one in the past month, one or two. Nothing too intense, but I mean, obviously, when you see them, you don't really think too much of them.
Yeah, that's fair. Do you remember what they look like at all?
No, not really. I mean, all I know is that they're red. That's it.
Did you notice anything odd about what they were doing?
No, it just looked like they were buying some forge supplies.
Forge, you say?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, thing. Let's go.
All right. Bye-bye.
Have a nice day. Come back and see me.
Thank you, ma'am.
Mm-hmm. And she kind of bows.
All right. Where do we head off to next? Is there anything like...
Yeah, I want to go off to that store that's selling the forge supplies.
The forge supplies?
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you walk up and it's this very like raggedy man. Like I said, he's not too raggedy, but he looks unkept.
What race is he?
He's also human.
Okay.
And he's like, what do you want?
Just looking at the moment.
All right. Well, if you need anything, just let me know.
Okay. So what all is like in the store? What do they have to sell?
So, really, what he sells is like these like old kind of mallets. I think he even sells anvils. Basic forge supplies. So like if your anvil breaks, he basically supplies it. Nails, anything like that.
I want to walk up to the counter again.
Okay.
On top of them.
What do you want?
Have you noticed any kobold activity around here lately?
Yeah, I've actually seen a couple. They came in not too long ago, probably about a month or so.
What did they buy?
Just some mallets and an anvil. Nothing too exciting.
Okay.
Do you have any idea of like what they were buying that for or anything?
I don't ask
speak
my
anything. Okay.
Yeah, I don't ask my customers much.
That's valid.
Did you happen to notice where they ran off to?
I just know they went out of the marketplace into the town square. That's about it.
And
you said this was a month ago, right?
About a month ago. Mm-hmm.
All right. Thank you.
So, do you happen to remember what they look like at all? Any basic description, height, color? Any notable markings?
Could you repeat the question?
What do they look like?
Red skin, very raggedy clothes, nothing too interesting. Looked like they had a decently big sack too to carry some supplies, but nothing of note.
Thank you for your time, sir. We need to go run some errands elsewhere.
All right. Well, if you need any forge supplies, you know where to find me.
Yes.
Bye.
And he just kind of nods. All right. Is there anywhere else in the marketplace that you need to go?
Any other stores look interesting to you? See anywhere else you think we could interrogate? He didn't really give us any clues as to anything else.
What was what was like behind the marketplace, like, or like kind of like surrounding it besides the forge shop?
So from what you know of the layout of the city, you know that the town square is directly in the center. You're in the marketplace, which is on the east. On the east side. To the north and west are going to be a lot of houses, and a couple of like small districts of shops, but nothing too interesting. They basically just sell like meats. So it's like your butchers, your bakery, stuff like that. And then directly to your south is going to be like, I guess, kind of like a lot of like the more kind of like sketchy stuff. It's not the low end, but it's like where more taverns are. It's where the other two are. And then I think there's going to be like a couple of like red curtain areas almost. So like some like street corner activity. Nothing too exciting though. But if you want, you can roll a perception check and see if there's any other stores to your liking.
Yeah, let's do that. So it's a D20, right?
It's a D20, yeah. Or you can roll it from your character sheet.
Oh, can I?
Yeah, you can roll it from your character sheet. Go to your character sheet and then click it like on the list. It says perception.
Yeah.
Just click on it.
Okay. And which number do I take?
I think it's the second or the first one. So for this one, I think it would be a 14.
Okay. Okay.
All right. So basically, as you look around, you see the forge. You see kind of like a lot of like the jewelry stuff. There's actually a couple of jewelry kind of tents set up that you kind of miss that might even be a little bit cheaper. And then I'd say there's probably a couple of just like some areas for like fresh fruit, and then even some weapons.
Let's go to their weapons area.
Okay, so as you're walking by as you're walking to like the weapons area, you kind of get body checked by this one lady, and she's like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry," and she kind of like scrambles to get her things, and she kind of grabs all she can and kind of stumbles off, basically.
Okay.
She looks elven to you, just from the like split second you had to kind of interact physically, because you guys did bump into each other. But I mean, there was nothing to note. If you want, you can see if she dropped anything.
That's what I was about to ask.
Okay, yeah. Do you want to?
Did she drop anything?
Yeah, if you want to check, you can see.
Okay. Do I need to roll anything for that, or do I just say like I look around?
Yeah, it's right in front of you. You can look around.
All right. Well, I look around then.
Okay. So you don't really see too much. Like I said, it's like this like almost like a cobbled stone kind of like street. But you do kind of see like this like small kind of crumpled up paper.
I want to reach for it.
Okay, go for it.
All right.
You want to read it?
I open up the paper and like read what's on it.
Okay, so it's a bunch of scribblings. It's all
Do the scribblings do the scribblings look like they'd be of like another language that like I don't recognize, or are they just straight up scribbles?
It's scribbles in the sense of like it's fast writing.
Oh,
So
gotcha,
it's like-
gotcha.
So like this woman seems to have like the nicest but sloppiest handwriting ever. So like when she's writing and taking notes, she's writing and it's like as fast as it's like sloppy cursive. You know how like you can't read like sloppy cursive, especially if you're writing fast.
Gotcha.
Basically it looks like that, but all you really see is the name of the city, which is Ustrea, and then something about a stone. Nothing. It's nothing of note. All you see is the word stone.
Is it all written in common, or is it like an Elvish?
It looks like it's a lot of it's written in common. Some of it is written in Elvish, but like I said, it's basically all in common.
Can I have the paper to?
I kind of like tap on Sini's like leg and kind of lift it up like it's shaking it in front of them, trying to like hand it to them. It's like, can you read any of this? I can only read like 2 words. I'm not good at this whole reading thing, especially when it's sloppy. Here, you take it.
All right. So, because Sini can read Elvish, so.
Okay. Do you wanna? I think that's a perception check.
Okay.
If you want to do that, I don't know. Hold on, let me check just to make sure. It could be also intelligence, I think, but I'm gonna say go ahead and just roll for perception.
Got it. Okay. So
We're gonna make this simple. Okay, so 17.
Yeah.
All right. So what you see in Elvish is just these like really kind of messy translations of like different towns and cities. Basically it's not a list, but she's basically taking notes on info about whatever this stone is, because even in Elvish she writes it kind of messy, and even it's a stone, and if it's all she's writing about, it seems important, but from what you can tell, it's just very messy. Like when she writes it in Elvish, that and stone, from what you can tell, is gonna be like super messy. Like you can make it out. The name you can't, but the stone part you can. It's very rough. Like I said, she writes really fast and it's very sloppy. But yeah, it's just a mess. But she does list a couple of towns. And she kind of asks a bunch of questions, basically. And I think one of the questions is, it says answers in the library with a couple of question marks. And if you want to go see about the stone in the library, that'll be probably north side.
Yeah.
So you could either go there, or you could go straight to like a tavern, keep going to the marketplace, maybe turn in for the night, because right now it's evening. It's not late, but it's getting kind of late.
I turned to Thing and asked if they want to go back to that one jeweler we visited, or if they want to go try and find that library.
Why would we go back to the jeweler?
Didn't she mention something about having precious stones?
What all did that paper say? It looked like you were like actually reading it. Did it say anything of like value?
It was just about the stone that I guess she was studying. It scribbles with
that
all
is
sorts
one
of
of 2
questions.
words. That is one of 2 words I could read on that was stone. No idea what it means, but stone.
Yeah, and one of the more notable things was answers in the library. Question mark. So
question mark, huh?
Yeah, I figured we could either go question that lady that we talked to earlier, because she seemed to know quite a bit about stones, and turn in at one of the nearby taverns, or we could go try and find the library.
I feel like this whole like stone thing would be too vague to try and like interrogate somebody on. Even if she knows about stones, we just say stone. Is she really gonna know like
That's
what
true.
specific stone? Did it have any like descriptions of the stone on the paper at all?
A lot of the descriptions were difficult to read,
Yeah.
and some of it was in Elvish too. So I don't know if she'd be able to decipher it any better than we could.
She was human. So
Well,
I
at the
think
very
we should
least,
just
we could ask her about where the library,
yeah.
or wasn't it? Was it the north side? I
Yeah.
can't
Yeah,
remember.
north side. It was north side.
Okay. Well,
Is
in that
it
case,
you said it was evening. Is it starting to get dark at all? Like noticeably evening, or is it just kind of like
yeah. So like 6 o'clock evening or like 8 o'clock.
So it's like 7:30. It's starting to turn into like this like very kind of nice like bluish light. Like the sun is setting, but it's not like 8 o'clock where it's like really dark, you know?
okay? I mean, it's kind of getting dark outside. Do you think the library would be open whenever it's night?
I'm not sure. Well,
I
we could
think we
always
passed
go.
a few like taverns on our way here. Do you think we should
Yeah.
cross for the night, or
I was gonna suggest we ask some of the tavern keepers about it.
Yeah.
Crash for the night.
they might be able to help us find the library a little bit more too,
Yeah.
or know the times for the library? You know.
Yeah. Let's. I think I saw one in the south side.
All right,
Coming in. So
Alrighty.
start heading there then.
yeah.
All right, sounds
so
good
you
to
guys
me.
go to the tavern. All right. So go ahead and make your way to the tavern. So you open the doors to the tavern, and like I said, it's still bustling after several hours. Still a bunch of patrons. You don't really see too much. You basically, it looks like you've walked in as like as it kind of dies down. So it's not as busy as it was, and you can tell because there's a lot of cleaning that needs to be done. But basically, as you scan around, you see a couple of open chairs, kind of directly to your left, at one of the not like the bars, but like some of those like high stool like seating areas that's like by like a wall, you know.
Mhm.
So you could either go there, you can go to the bar, you can go to. I mean, there's really only one seat left at the bar, and that's at the very end. Or you could go to kind of one of like the middle tables, and sit there. There's plenty of seats for you there. It all just kind of depends on where you want to go. Um, yeah, everything else looks pretty full. There's about a there's a, there's a couple of people that are gonna be like around you. So like there's this like weird pink lady that's trying to talk to this burly man who's arm wrestling this one woman. There's this kid in the corner who's I don't even know what he's doing. It looks like he's reading something, but honestly I couldn't tell. Um
I want to bully the child.
you wanna
No.
bully the child?
More accurately, interrogate the child.
Which one? The one that's alone or the one with the bird looking thing?
Which one was reading?
So that'll be the kid in the corner. If you want to do that, you can. It's there's a couple of seats open right next to him or right across from him. So you really have free reign when it comes to seating.
Where do you want to sit, thing?
I don't have a preference.
At all?
I'm just tired of walking.
Alright. Let's go grab one of those seats across from that kid.
Across from my kid. Okay, sure.
All right, and I'm gonna kind of stop y'all there and move over to we're gonna go back in time a bit. So we're gonna go straight to the blue dragon that's also in the kind of marketplace area.
All right, sounds good.
All right. So Austin,
I refuse.
No, you gotta.
Eh,
You got this. Okay, so when I first opened you up, it looks like you were kind of looking around at just a few places, nothing too exciting. Were you looking for anything in particular?
I was trying to look for the forestry stuff. I've never really been quite into towns before. Haven't. I've been kind of experiencing new things as I left my home and have gone exploring a bit. And I've ended up in this town, and I'm just kind of seeing if there's any like floral shops or stuff like that. Stuff where maybe I can find things like seeds or something.
Okay. So I think where you are, you're in this like little side part of the marketplace. So basically the marketplace kind of looks like a T. And it looks like
That's the thesis.
that is the T. So it looks like you're on kind of like the far east end, and it looks like there you'll have a couple of not like floral shops. Basically, they just sell like weird trees. Um, they might have a couple of flowers if you want to take a look. Um,
I'll
but I
take a
mean,
gander over. Maybe see if something's there.
all right. So you'll walk up to the little marketplace, and there's this small kind of goblin looking woman. She has her hair up in like a messy bun, and she's all like, "Well, howdy, how can I help you?"
Oh, hi. I was just kind of looking around and exploring the various shops, and I was curious on what you had to offer.
Well, I have a couple of trees. Um, we got a bunch of different trees, and then we also have I have a couple of flowers. Are you interested in anything like that? Cause that's probably about all I got.
What kind of flowers do you offer?
Ooh, I actually this time of year I have some pretty orchids. And I even have this one flower that my mom used to grow for me. It's this pretty white flower, but I can never remember the name, so I just call it uh my special flower.
Well, that's very sweet. You know what? I'll take an orchid. Why not? I think it'll be nice just to kind of hold on to.
All right, you want an orchid?
Yeah, I'll take an orchid.
Hmm. You seem sweet enough. I'm gonna. Normally it would be 20, but for you, I'll give it to you for free.
Oh, you're so sweet.
It's
What
no problem, darling.
what kind of trees do you have? I might actually purchase one of those.
Mm. Well, those are going to be a little bit more tricky. I actually have a couple of bonsai trees and then a couple of baby oak trees that actually need a couple of tending. Uh, I've been known to be the mayor's favorite tree supplier, so I kind of make sure to tend everything to my liking.
Oh wow, I
Mhm.
could. That's very cool. I think these trees are very nice. I don't think I have a use for them at the moment, but I really think that I wish you the best.
Well, thank you. Good luck out there, and I hope you
You
have
as
a great
well.
night.
Yeah, you too.
Mhm. All right, so she kind of nods and she kind of waves you on. She's like waving you goodbye. And you kind of leave from there and you go back out into like the middle of the marketplace. Is there anything that you would like to look at or
Uh, I might look around. I don't know what I'm doing really. I thought maybe someone might sell some loose seeds here and there. Maybe that would be come in handy.
hmm? if you want, you can ask the lady. Maybe she'll know. Or there's another there's like another person that sells like trees, shrubs. I'd say it's more of like the more shrubs than anything. And like house plants. So it's like shrubs, house plants, anything for like indoors, and then like outdoor decor is kind of what they'll sell. If you want to go take a gander over that way, maybe they'll have some ideas.
We'll try something new. Let's head over to that stand.
All right, so you walk over to that stand with this. You walk over to the stand, and it's this very very rotund individual. He has these like cute little rosy cheeks, and he's kind of like, "Oh well, hi there. How can I help you?"
Well, hi. Well, hello to you too. I was just kind of seeing what kind of the various plant people that sell plants, like what they have going around here, and also I was wondering if you or anyone anyone who might be selling any sort of seeds, various kinds. I'm open for anything.
Well, seats will be kind of in the northern area, kind of with the other shops. So like the bakery, the butcher, they'll be kind of over there. I don't sell any seeds, although I might have some in my bag. Honestly, I carry a lot of seeds, but I don't think I carry that many seeds. I don't know if I have enough to give you.
Well, that's fine by me. I'm not really looking for any amount. I'm just perusing and browsing.
Hmm. Well, let me check to see what I have, and then I will let you know. So he kind of huddles, or he kind of saunters over there, and he kind of picks up his bag and is like looking through it, and you hear this like kind of like coffee beans, like you're shuffling through coffee beans. Um, and he kind of grabs a handful, and he's like, "Oh, looks like I do here," and he kind of holds them out for you to kind of put them into your hand.
Oh, why, thank you, sir. Do you by any chance know what any of these are?
It's like, no clue.
Hmm.
Because it could be anything. I actually sell a mix of things, so it could be ferns. It could be really anything.
Maybe I'll try to, lightly grow one, see what its kind of sapling or plant thing might come out of it.
All right. Well, good luck with that. I really hope. If you ever come back, tell me what it is, because I'm actually kind of curious now.
Mm-hmm. Maybe let's see what I can do. Maybe I can show you now. I have no clue. I don't know what I'm doing.
You can certainly try. Here, let's see. Do, 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 do.
What would I roll to see if I can grow a seed in the palm of my hand?
Let me check. Honestly, I think the closest you could do is probably minor illusion. That'll be about it. There's nothing. There's no nature cantrips, and I don't want you to waste a full spell. If anything, I could allow you to mold minor illusion 3 or 4 times to allow you to see the outcome of something. I can mold it that way. Most of the time it won't work, but if you want to roll, maybe I will allow it. Let's see what
I'm
you can
trying to
roll.
pull up. I'm trying to pull up my character sheet. It ain't working. We're fine.
Do you want
We're
me to? Do
figuring
you
it
want
out.
me to roll for you? Because I can roll for you.
That would be very sweet.
Here, let's see. What should I roll? I guess I'll roll. I'll roll Arcana just because I think that would work. Or I could roll Nature. I'll roll Nature. Ooh.
Nature seems like.
Ooh, a 23. Not bad.
Oh my god.
All right, so basically you kind of I guess you'll take one from your kind of like handful or couple of hands full, and you'll kind of hold out your hand, and I guess if you want you can describe it if you want.
I'm
you
not
can-
creative enough to come up with something.
Why don't you just try it?
Oh god.
If you want you can describe kind of what it looks like, or if you want you can describe how it grows. I'll just let that be up to you. I want you to have a little bit of fun with your stuff.
Oh. So it looks like as it's growing, it might be one of your. It could potentially be one of your fellow shrubs here. I am not very kinds of shrubs. It looks very thick and the leaves are very shiny, plastically looking with kind of serrated ends on the edge of them.
That might be one of my aloe plants. Now we don't grow those that often, but honestly, I think I don't know how I don't know how those got in there. But honestly, take it. It's yours.
Oh, you're so sweet. Everyone's been so kind here in the marketplace.
Of course.
And it's been a pleasure doing a meeting with you and figuring out kind of messing with these seeds.
Of course. I hope you have a great night.
I hope you have a wonderful night too.
All right. And he kind of bows and kind of sets his bag back down, and he gets resituated to sit down and kind of look at the crowd again. So I'm assuming you pocketed the seeds.
Yes.
All right. Then
Mystery seeds. Ooh.
mystery seeds. You'll see. You'll see what they are. And then all right. Let's see. All right. So from there, do we want to go to? So it's not getting too late. I'd say it's probably about golden hours, so like 6:30, maybe 6:40.
Alrighty.
Do you want to head to the tavern? Do you want to look at other shops? Because the tavern right now, from where you are, is directly directly next to the marketplace. If you want to head there, you can. If not, you can head to other shops. You could head to the north end.
I think I'll start heading to the tavern. I've had enough social anxiety for one day.
All right. So you head straight to the tavern, and as you're walking there, you pass by this like really weird, like goblin looking thing, and this not super tall, but kind of sheep-looking satyr thing. You can't really tell just by glancing, but it looks like they're kind of talking to this one lady about something or other. And as you kind of keep walking, you pass by these this purple woman and this really weird bird thing, and actually something catches your eye.
Oh,
And it's basically this part of the marketplace. It's actually a place where they sell like plant grooming supplies. It's very much out of place, but it looks like they set it up in a hurry because everything looks kind of dingy and kind of messed up, you know.
mm-hmm.
Do you want to check over there and ask some questions? Maybe they can give you more seeds, or maybe they can direct you to specific seeds. Are you looking for anything specific, or are you just kind of perusing?
We can head over there. They seem like they're just trying to get a business going, and maybe I can, do some business with them.
All right. So you head straight over, and it's these two kind of very thin tabaxis.
I
And
have no clue what those are.
I'll describe them a bit more. So basically, tabaxis are cat people. So
Oh,
they basically they call them they call them leopard men or leopard people or really kind of whatever. And basically, it's these two women, and they're just kind of chatting to each other. And I guess as they see, they're still talking as you approach.
Why, hello, ladies. Pardon me. I was just curious on what your shop.
And one of them kind of looks at you and squints their eyes and looks up and down and is kind of like, Well, we sell shears, gardening supplies, anything to your liking. And she kind of, as she speaks, is like closing, trying to like not close her eyes by like lifting her eyebrows, but is like squinting at you. And the other one's just kind of nodding. She's like, "Is there anything you're looking for?"
I'm just kind of looking at all the various floral stuff, plants, and maybe plants.
It's like, now we're not gonna have any plant seeds here. We will
Well,
have
that's
some.
fine.
It's like we will have some demonstrations of our shears, though. That's about all we'll have. And the other tabaxi is like, yeah, that's about all we'll have. She seems a little bit feistier than the other one. Kind of done with everything.
Mm-hmm. Well, y'all shears do seem very nice. I think I might purchase one. How much are they?
And again, she kind of looks you up and down, and she's like, 30 gold.
Why, alrighty. They seem to be very nice and well worth the price, and I'm happy to support any local business.
Okay, and just letting you know, you only have 5 gold.
Fuck. Fuck.
Fuck. It's like, do you want our shears or not?
It turns out I'm a broke ass bitch. Jeez.
It's like the second one, the one to her immediate, to her right, your left, is like, we thought so.
Mm.
It's like, if you can't buy anything for us, you might as well just go. And she kind of waves you off.
Well, I hope y'all two have a wonderful day, and I hope y'all get some wonderful business.
And she's like,
Please.
thanks. And she, as you kind of leave, you kind of back up a bit, and someone kind of almost like grazes your back in like a way that like kind of shoots you a little forward. You don't hit the like rotunda, I guess, not rotunda, but like the tent. But you basically just kind of jolt forward a bit, and the lady, from what you can tell as you look to your right as she's kind of walking by, she looks at you, you make eye contact, and she waves to you and is like mouthing like sorry, and kind of as you're looking there, she kind of bumps into another person, and um she bumps into that one lady that you were kind of, she was the burgundy lady. And she kind of keeps moving on.
What an odd character. Kind of suspicious. I might need to check my things.
You want to check your things?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna roll perception for you. Ooh, okay. Well, 10 isn't all bad. You're halfway. So you check your things just kind of quickly, but not too quickly. You're kind of going through your pockets, checking your pouches, making sure everything's okay. You don't notice anything is gone. It looks like she just grazed your back, and took off. So, I mean, there's nothing to note there.
Well, that was an interesting experience. I guess she must have been in a hurry. Well, I don't know what else to do. I've met some pretty nice people. Some whores, but nice people mostly.
All right.
I guess I should keep making my way to the tavern then.
All right. So you make it to the tavern, and I guess around this time, you kind of open it. It's kind of busy. It's not super busy. It's probably about 7:30, 8 o'clock when you get in there. You were talking to those ladies for a bit, and that guy was there for a little bit. But as you kind of enter in, there's a couple of seats available. There's some by like the wall that you can go to. It looks like the like burgundy woman and her weird child is there. It looks like the satyr and their like goblin partner friend thing is there too. It looks like everyone's kind of turning in for the night, basically.
I think I'm gonna go find a spot furthest from people.
Furthest from people, that'll probably be right by the door, kind of on the wall.
I just kind of need to recharge a little after my little used to so many people.
Gotcha. All right. So you kind of plop yourself down, and as you're looking around, there's a barista that kind of walks up to you, and she's like, "Hi, dear. How are you? Can I get you anything?"
I am doing wonderful, and no, ma'am, I'm fine right now, but thank you.
All right. Well, just call me if you need me. And she kind of walks away, and she's holding like this like very big, these very big like pints of ale, um, and she's kind of dishing them out to everybody. And that's kind of where I'm gonna stop with you for right now, and move on to the last two.
Oh, thank God.
All right. So we're going to start with the child in the corner. Jazz, I'm gonna pick on you.
No.
You got this. Okay. So basically, you walk into the tavern. It's pretty busy. And like I said, you were kind of sitting down. Um, do you want to read something? Are you thirsty? You can call over the waitress.
I would like to read some.
You'd like to read something?
Yes.
All right. Do you have a book yourself, or because there's like a couple of books on this like bookshelf, kind of by the corner that you're at. Um,
I'll just grab a new book.
grab a new book. All right. So you go and you're kind of skimming the books. Is there anything that catches your eye? Do you want to roll perception, and I can kind of tell you what's there?
Roll.
Roll. All right, I'll roll. I can roll for you. Ba, 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 ba. Let's see.
I rolled a 9.
You rolled a 9. Okay. Well, I rolled a 23 just in case. Do you do you want to use the 9, or do you want to use the 23?
23.
Okay. So, you're just kind of skimming through the like two shelves of books, and there's not really anything of note, nothing that you're really interested in. Um, there's a few books on like the town, the like history, like the town history. There's also, for some reason, a book about like the death logs. It's really weird. I guess it was stolen from the library, but honestly, no one can tell. Um, there's one about an old story. There's it's one about this group of people who are fighting um this big orc, and this girl who kept on kicking down doors. It was something about that. I don't know. It wasn't titled very well. The title's kind of scratched off, but if you look at the back, that's kind of what it says. It kind of just gives you a synopsis about a girl kicking down doors. Is there anything that you're kind of looking for? Is there anything new? There might be something kind of within one of like the history books that you might be interested in if you're looking for anything specific.
History.
History. All right. So you take the history book, and I guess kind of as you're flipping through, it kind of talks about like the war and how kind of like the liberation was started. It doesn't go through too much. It goes through like basic points in history, probably dating back to like 400 years ago. So I mean, there's not really too much that's interesting about it, other than it started out as the penal colony of I think it was the Siwan Belijan region
I like
or the
that one.
kingdom. You want that one?
Yes.
Okay, so kind of as you're looking through it, it tells you that this region was kind of ruled by like this old emperor, I guess. It was this big region that controlled like I'd say probably about 75 to 80% of the East Coast. Once the liberation started, which was started by, I think it was a high elf, if that's anything of interest to you. Um, they they kind of used that revolt to kind of become independent. And through like a really rough battle and the help of this small like rebel group called the Aesaith, you find that the region became like split up, became their own regions, and that's how Ustrea was born. So that's basically all it has there. Um, was there anything of note that you would kind of look more into? Because that was kind of like the basic chapters. Excuse me.
The inn?
You want to look kind of towards the end, so kind of once everything was liberated, or
Yes.
okay. So that one
Sounds
that
kind of interesting.
it is. Like I said, there are a bunch of battles that were fought. A lot of lives were lost, both human, elven, goblin, orc. Everyone was recruited into the war, especially in that region. Like even people from bordering regions kind of helped out because the kingdom was so like tyrannical and opposed really any trades from anywhere else. Um, so they kind of in secret got some people to kind of head in and kind of work from the outside in to then free everything. And that's kind of where these like people called the Aesaith come in. They're like a small group of like I guess not necessarily rebels. They're more like habitual people that really they're really I wouldn't say like religious, but I'd say they're methodical. They're like they're like these old people who or ancient people, I guess, who I guess had like a high standing. A lot of people knew about the Aesaith. Um it was huge. It was these people who like had like this big divine power. Who or at least that's what was told, and that's kind of how they won the war was they kind of recruited them from the mountain region, the mountainous region, and that's kind of they oh goodness they basically kind of helped them win by like learning new tactics and new strategies. They taught them a bunch of really awesome things. Um, and honestly, a lot of their stuff is probably in the library if you want to find out more later. It's a lot of weird info to take in, but
Mm.
it's it's the reason they put it in the book is because it's necessary for the history. So like it seems really out of place like how these like supposed divine beings, quote unquote, are like people who are higher than other people, I guess, ascension wise, decide to help out these like underdogs. But they put it in there just because it was necessary to the history, and it's, you know, like they can't lie about it. But yeah, that's, I mean, that's about all they'll say in that book, especially. But you kind of suck yourself in. You're kind of flipping through the pages more, reading more about it. And that's kind of when these these people walk in, and you haven't noticed really much of anything. You probably noticed a couple of patrons walk in to get some ale, but honestly, it's been so busy you've just been kind of trying to keep your head down. But you see, you just so happen to look up to see the doors open, and it's this tiefling woman who's kind of like burgundy of color, almost like a reddish pink. And she's kind of leaning over, and holding her finger is this bird child. And she's kind of leading him over past this one woman who's like arm wrestling this one big burly guy, and you basically see the lady kind of plop down and try to talk to the guy that's completely ignoring her. And I guess you kind of like chuckle to yourself as you go back to reading. And that's kind of where you lose a little bit more of time. And that's kind of when two people approach, and I'm gonna kind of cap you off there. I know that wasn't much for you, but I'll come back to y'all in a moment.
Okay.
All right. So, last but not least, Miss Tea Leaf. Are you excited? All right. Okay. So, like I said, when you opened up, when I kind of opened up about you a little bit, you're sitting yourself down, and I guess there's like really nobody by you right now. As you walk in, you kind of look over and you see like this like kid with his head down, and he's kind of sucked into a book. And you kind of go over to like the seat like right by the door, and I guess you kind of plop yourself down. Do you order a drink?
Not really. Not too thirsty right now.
Not too thirsty?
Mm-mm.
All right. So, as you're sitting there, what are you doing? Like, are you doing anything in particular? Are you just twiddling your thumbs? Are you taking in the scenery?
Was anyone like in here right now, or
Right now it's busy, but it's slowed down. They had like a really big dinner rush at like 5:30, and it's probably right about 6. So like you kind of plop yourself down. It's slow, but it's about to pick back up. So there's not really anybody in the tavern right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Do you have anything that you like want to ask? Are you curious about anything? Do you want to talk to the bartender? You could talk to.
Might as well drink something to pass the time. I mean,
All right. So I guess you'll kind of wave over the bartender, and he kind of he's kind of like this like happy-go-lucky kind of. Well, hi, how can I help you?
Awesome. What's your menu look like?
Well, we got beers, wines, and ales. We got some spirits, and then we also got some water.
Ooh, how's your spirits menu looking?
Very spooky. I'm kidding. Honestly, we don't have too much. We've been running low. I pulled that on all of our patrons. Don't even worry about it.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, I don't know how much we'll have. I just have to tell you for brevity.
That's fine. I'll take some cheap beer.
Some cheap beer. All right, and he kind of knocks on one of the kegs, and he's like, "Hey, Bertha, we got one over here." And you see this like very, very, very peppy woman kind of walk out, and she's like, "Here you go, darling." She kind of sets it right down, and she has like this like tray full of like ales and wines and stuff like that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you're honestly, she has to have a lot of like arm strength because she's carrying one on her like on her.
Yeah, no, that's a lot of cups. That's a
Yeah,
lot
it's
of
a.
liquid.
I'd say there are probably about 8 cups, or like 8 like big like wooden canisters of ale, I guess. And then there's like one that's like she's also trying to balance on her like bicep. So and that also has like 4 or 5. So she's trying to get them out as fast as possible. But
Do you need help with that or anything?
she's like, "Oh, no, sweetie, I got it." She kind of waves you off and is kind of like serving it to everybody, and you kind of see her zip
Alright.
around. And then she kind of comes back and she just shrugs and she's like, "Let me know if I can get you anything else." And she kind of goes straight back to the back.
Thank you.
And she kind of nods as the door closes, and she's gone. So as you're drinking your drink, a little bit of time has passed, and this big guy, you can tell, is getting really rowdy. He's with a bunch of his friends. He's I guess he's human.
I guess.
Though it's really hard to tell.
Gotcha.
He's kind of just jacked out in everything from head to toe. He's just like hat,
Okay.
scarf, like a bunch of like satchels, like these like really baggy pants. He kind of has so much. He's just kind of making a ruckus essentially. And
Hmm.
you guys make eye contact, and he stops.
You
And
good, buddy?
he's like, "What did you just say to me?"
I asked if you were good.
It's like, It's like, "I'm game if you are."
Alright, let's go.
And just like that, he knows exactly what you're talking about. He gets over, he sits down, and he puts his arm up.
Ooh.
And he waits for a second. And he's like, are we gonna do this or what?"
Well, yeah. I lock arms with him.
Okay. All right. And one of his friends is kind of like from the table. He's like, 3, 2, 1, go! And kind of
Alright, I'm gonna roll for strength.
roll for
If that's-
strength. Yeah. I am gonna also roll for strength.
Awesome.
Let me see. Oh, did you roll on here?
17.
Oh, a 17. Okay. So basically he pushes back, but you push back harder. You send his arm directly off the table, because it's a very thin bar. It's nothing. It's just enough to like hold like a mug, some food, and maybe a couple of other things if you're going like wide or like widthwise.
I
So
didn't
you
even think about that. Oh no.
so you kind of launch his hand back, and he's kind of like, okay, like he's like, oh God, you win, Jesus.
Okay.
Kind of shakes his hand, and he's like, you're good. I want another round in. He places his hand, kind of
Alright,
jams his
yeah.
elbow right into the bar, and he's like, then let's go. And kind of as y'all are doing that, there's a woman that approaches with her strange child, and she kind of plops down. It's like you only notice because she sits down like right behind him and is trying to like talk to him.
I'm gonna make note of her, but I'm a little busy.
Okay, cool. All right. So his friend from the back is like, 3, 2, 1, go. And he kind of does it again.
Okay. I'm gonna roll strength again.
Okay.
Oh, that's a 6?
Ooh. Okay. So
Hey Owen, since the strange child is nearby, as this is happening, can Pip try to pickpocket Tori Tealeaf?
She hasn't done anything. Why would you?
She existed. The child's got sticky fingers.
I just want to cut in to say that I don't like that sentence. Okay, bye.
Because she exists and has pockets.
I don't think he
Therein
has
are-
fingers.
Pip has fingers.
Pip has fingers.
They're more talons, aren't they?
They're still
they look like
fingers.
fingers, I think.
Well, okay. I'm not gonna argue.
If anything, they got the little like clawed tips, so better for grabbing.
Talons. Continue, DM.
I think DM dead.
DM dead?
Mm-hmm.
You asked for a character interaction that was out of planned. Oh,
Oh, he just gone.
We beat the campaign.
We
We
win.
did. We broke the campaign.
Yeah.
Okay, can you
We
hear me?
killed the-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh thank God.
wow.
Okay, I was about to say. Okay, let's get back to the story. My
Oh yeah,
headphones
Pip is
got unplugged.
pickpocketing Tori. I don't know if you heard that.
I
Oh,
did. I
you
was
see
gonna
that
say-
in chat, Owen?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I was gonna say. So. Basically, what happens is I'm gonna wait on you, Pip, for a second, and I'm gonna kind of describe the interaction with Tori right now. So basically, it's a close match. So you guys are kind of you're fighting. You're holding on as much as possible to the point of both of your hands are shaking. But unfortunately, he kind of gets the upper hand and kind of lowers your hand slowly to the other end of the bar.
Cheated that time or something.
No cheating here. But I must say, you're good. You're good. Damn near broke my...
Sorry about that. I don't know my own strength sometimes, you know?
Yeah,
know
happens
how
to
it
the
is.
best of us. And he kind of is just like chuckling to himself, and he's like, "Why don't I buy you a beer?"
Really?
It's like, "Yeah, why not? Might as well." It's like, "You beat me once. It's fair game."
Thanks, man.
And he kind of nods, and he kind of waves over the bartender, and he's like, "Get this lady, what are you having?"
I'm pretty sure I just got whatever was cheapest.
It's like, It's like, "Do you want something more expensive?"
I don't know. I don't care.
It's like, "'Cause they got some pretty damn good wine."
Really?
It's like,
I've
"Yeah,
never
that's
been here
kind of."
before. What do they got? Like, have you?
He's
You know
like,
it's good, obviously.
I live in Australia. Yeah, North End.
Mm.
Yeah, I come here all the time. Let's see. Their white wine's pretty good. They're they have some like deep red wines that are really good. Kind of dry if you like dry wines, or you can go with the more expensive ales.
You know, it's your pick, really. You're the one you won. I mean,
Hmm,
you're offering. I mean, that's
that's
how it
fair.
works, I guess.
Hmm. Get the lady the finest dark red wine you got. And the bartender kind of nods, and he kind of bangs on the ale barrel again, and he's like, did I say her name was Helga? I forgot.
I think you did.
Or Bertha. Hey, Bertha, get him the Black Lagoon. And probably about 2 or 3 minutes later, the lady comes out, and she hands you this like it's very like very plain chalice with like this like really pretty like silver lining.
Ooh, wow.
Mhm. And
Wow.
it's this like very deep red wine, almost it's almost as thick as blood. Um and the guy kind of nods. He kind of nudges you, and he's like, "There's a reason it's called the Black Lagoon." Kind of.
Really?
It's like, yeah, back in the day when all the war and stuff was breaking loose, there was one grape that grew next to one of the mini lakes around these parts, and
Oh,
there are like these like really pretty dark purple, almost blackish grapes that when made into wine was the most full flavored wines ever. And
man.
yeah, that's kind of why we call it the Black Lagoon, because it was next to a lagoon, and the grapes were black. It's not a very interesting story. Um, I just
No,
added the
it
fluff
is.
in
Like
there
the
to.
way the fluff is real appreciated. It sounds I'm gonna take a sip now.
Okay. And kind of as they're talking, you kind of you kind of know that the like tiefling looking lady is kind of just trying to talk to him. She's like smacking his
pissed.
back, and she's like trying to like talk to him, and he's still not even paying attention to her.
Are you role playing for Dawn?
Hold on.
I never said she was smacking his back. She wouldn't stoop. Hold
You
on
never
a second
know.
here. No.
Well, I meant no. Okay,
Stop
listen,
begging, no man.
Desperate.
listen. Okay, the reason why I'm saying she's smacking his back is because she's like talking and messing around, and she's like, "Oh, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do." And like, that's literally all you're hearing is like her just trying to make conversation, slowly getting more pissed. She's not like hitting him. She's not like, "Hey, pay attention to me." But she's like, when she speaks, she's like kind of like fanning
Why?
her. So it's not like anything major.
Right.
But I will say she is still
I-
trying to speak to this man at the moment.
She would give up and try someone else, I think.
I don't know. Do you want to go ahead and give up?
I think. No, I was about to initiate the conversation for them.
Oh, okay, cool. Do you want to go ahead?
I think she. I think behind you. I think she's trying to talk.
And he's like, and he kind of looks behind him and he's like, oh, sorry. And he kind of scooches himself around and he's like, what can I do for you, miss?
Well, hello, sir. I was just wondering what a girl could do to get a drink around here. Any chance I saw you ordered this fine young lady a wine? Maybe there's something I could do, maybe, in exchange for some conversation.
It's like, It's like, well, I'm not much on conversation, but if you want some wine,
I prefer liquor, actually.
you prefer
Like something stiffer.
It's like, a strong gullet, I see.
Oh, absolutely very strong.
It's like, I could get you something, but I'm not gonna give you the biggest, the most expensive thing in the house.
You'd be surprised what my gullet can handle.
All right, and he kind of waves over the bartender again, and he's like, "Get this lady some liquor straight."
Oh,
And
yeah.
he kind of turns to her, and he's like, "Do you want it on the rocks?"
Absolutely, I do.
And he kinda-
to pickpocket?
Yes, absolutely. Like, I look over at Pip and I, like, gesture for him to walk over towards him, see if he can get something out of his pocket.
Okay. He kind of nods to the bartender, like, you heard her. And the bartender kind of bangs on the thing again, and he's like, Bertha, I need you again. Liquor, straight, on the rocks. And you kind of hear the shuffling of ice, and she kind of comes back, and she lays down her drink for her, and she kind of walks back to the kitchen.
Well, now. Me and my companion. I know it. Are we still talking or are things happening?
Well, you can still talk, but I was wanting to see if Pip wanted to roll.
Oh, yeah, Pip could roll.
I wanted to do this while they were distracted arm wrestling or whatever they were doing, but I guess this works too. So it's going to be like a competing sleight of hand versus perception check, right?
I don't know.
That's how it
Do I have to
goes.
roll to, like,
Get it.
keep him occupied or anything?
No, because I'm doing Tori.
Oh, okay.
So I figured Drew would roll a perception check and I roll my sleight of hand, and whoever wins.
Okay, yeah,
So
that works.
let's see. 10. Wow, that was
Ooh.
bad. I'm lucky I have a +6.
All right. And
Also
then
a 10.
oh shoot.
So
Uh-oh.
I look at you.
Wait,
I
you
look at you with your little.
is that
hand
how
in
it
your
works?
pocket.
It's a tie though. It's a tie.
It's a tie.
I say we re-roll on a tie.
Reroll on a
Okay.
tie. Okay.
Uh-huh. What's that number?
8 plus your
14.
modifier. Oh.
What the dude? Stop rolling the same as me.
What'd you
Wait,
get?
again?
Another 14. Or not another
Okay,
14.
okay, again. 16.
11.
Yeah!
All right. So Pip successfully steals something. Pip, what do you
I would have been going for money or something shiny if there's something shiny in your inventory.
I can check. Just in case.
Yeah, no, go ahead. I don't think I have anything
Belt
worth
pouch,
stealing.
club, dart, shovel, iron pot. Nope, nothing.
Dude, my phone keeps powering itself off. What the heck?
Nice. I was gonna say you could take some of her gold. She has about 10.
Yeah, I'd probably take like half if I can do that.
Yeah, you can. So she is
Yeah.
down to 5 gold, and I'll transfer that to you, Pip.
My monies.
Oh, I've got it. I just
You got it?
moved my 15 to a 20. Yeah, I was on my character sheet.
Gotcha. Damn. All right, so you successfully pickpocket 5 gold coins.
Hoggers.
All right, and I guess
Get
you
fucked.
with your little tiny little tippy tappy feet, kind of saunter back over to Dawn.
And now I'd probably go like further away. That way, if something happens, we're not like put together or anything. Probably just move on.
Gotcha. Okay, so kind of as the night progresses, huh? Do you want to keep talking?
Do I have any gold?
You. Let me check. You have about 15.
Okay, never mind. Actually,
Okay. So kind of as the night progresses, it looks like you, Tori, and you, Dawn, are kind of slowly talking to this guy. He's really interested about talking about really anything. He knows a lot about like kind of the surrounding area. And he's as if he gets really worked up, he's really loud. So if you have any questions or anything, maybe he'll answer them. If not, like,
can I ask him where do you come from? By the way,
it's like
Yeah, how long you've been in town?
I was here born and raised.
Born and raised here.
Mm-hmm.
Are you a family man? Is there a... What's your name, by the way?
Shit, I'm sorry, I'm so drunk.
I understand completely.
Mm.
I'm already in my cups myself.
Call me Grorg.
Grog.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I've never heard
it's a very
of anything like that
sophisticated
before.
name.
It's like, well, it's a family name. My great grandpa was named Grorg Senior. I'm Grorg Junior. It's a whole thing.
Are you saying
I'm assuming
your name?
Grorg the Third?
Grorg the yeah.
I can't tell
the
if
third.
Grog. Like, do you have something stuck in your throat?
Nope. This is my voice.
Don't be mean to him.
No, I didn't. I thought that, like, when he said Grog, like, I thought he was, like, hiccuping. I was mistaken.
Nope. That's my name.
Oh, no, I love your name, Grog. I love your name. It's
No,
very sophisticated. But is there a Mrs. Grog?
There's my mom. Is that what you're asking about?
Give me a second. She sounds like a lovely lady.
Wait, thank you.
So, do you live with your mother? Town, perhaps?
I do not. I actually live right next to her.
Oh, wonderful. It's
Mm-hmm.
perfect, actually.
Yeah, the previous tenants that were our neighbors actually had passed away.
Oh, well, that's rather unfortunate.
Yeah, it was
Natural occurrences, I presume?
not really. One night there was one of them got murdered.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, it wasn't pretty. It was the first time the town was pretty rattled.
Well, I guess.
But their partner was taken a little bit before that. Didn't pass away. They just kind of went missing.
Hmm.
Do you mind if I ask a bit more of what happened then?
Yeah, it was a weird night. it didn't happen in the same night. Each night was a whole different slew of circumstances. But the first night where the husband went missing, it was kind of a weird occurrence because we had seen him on his way to work. He actually works in one of the butcher shops in the North End, and his wife actually works right next to him in the bakery. But one day they both left for work, and he just never came home. And with her, she, there was one night where I guess she got on somebody's bad side, but one night right in her home, someone had found her. I guess it was her kid. I don't know too much about it, but apparently someone had found her in her home, neck slit, completely drained of almost all of her blood.
Has there been any recurring occurrences of this? Has this happened before that you know of?
Yeah, when did this even happen?
I'd say the disappearance happened probably about a month back. The murder probably happened right before all of the festival stuff had happened.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I actually moved in kind of right around the craziness of the festival, so having a lot of people on the block was a whole slew of issues, especially when you're moving a couch. Never move a couch during a festival.
My. Well, it seems like you, with your muscly arms, you must have had a rather easy time lifting it.
Yeah, it wasn't that big of a deal.
I can imagine so.
It's like I actually had to have I actually had to have one of my cousins grab it for me. I couldn't carry both ends. It's a pretty long couch. So we basically grabbed either end and kind of hoisted it into the house. Yeah, it was crazy.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we also it was a quick turnaround, so there's still a couple of blood stains. It smells awful.
Blood stains from the couch. What? Oh, you mean the murder?
Yeah, the murder. We try to cover it as best as possible without cleaning.
Right.
But
well,
yeah,
that must have been very upsetting for you. What? Well, Gorg? Is it Gorg?
Grorg.
Grog. My apologies, Grog.
It is perfectly okay.
Oh, you're fine, Grog. You're strong.
Mm-hmm.
Grog.
Mm-hmm.
Must say, I have never met a man quite like you.
Why, thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome. Grog, would it be quite all right if I were to feel the muscle on your arm?
He kind of looks at you and looks at Tori, and he's kind of like, sure. And he kind of he kind of like reaches out his arm and like he doesn't know what to do, so he's kind of like flexing a bit.
I was gonna try and pickpocket him from behind, like as I'm like caressing his hand. I started reading the comments. It took me out of it.
Don wants to feel Grog. Oh my gosh. Okay.
No, but I thought like she
Here.
could sort of like wrap her arm like around his waist and like maybe like fluster him, like, and as she has her arm around his waist, like feel his muscle and be like, oh, that's rather impressive actually. Where does a man acquire muscles such as these?
And he's like,
Tori is gonna scoot away a little bit. She's seeing where she's going and doesn't want to be involved.
Okay. Here, let me put on the ample music.
kind of a careless whisper.
Dude,
Well, no,
I
I
thought
get it.
Careless Whisper too. I thought Careless Whisper too.
Oh my gosh, what if I could do a medieval careless whisper? I now want to.
Music?
I guess. Do you want to try it?
Well, I was gonna like as I was talking to him, try and see if I can take anything from him.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Then go for it.
Okay.
I guess that would be
So-
sleight of hand.
Okay. Is it bad? I haven't looked yet. Did I roll a 3?
19. 19
Oh,
is
19,
not
okay.
bad. So basically, as you're kind of feeling his muscles, which is something I never thought I would say, you fucking heathen. You kind of are like slowly reaching into his pockets as you're like oddly feeling his like sides and his arms, and you're kind of like trying to give him like some attention, and he is completely out of it. He's trying to talk to you and is like trying to talk to Tori, and you know he's kind of making jokes. He doesn't seem. He's trying to just carry on with the conversation. He's very much not disinterested, but not interested in like the muscle feeling.
Right, of course.
So he's obviously just not going to pay attention to you anyways. And so he, in his pockets, he doesn't really have too much. If you have, like, what are you trying to aim for when it comes to,
Well,
like, pickpocketing him?
I was just hoping for some coin or something of worth.
So as you feel around in his pockets, you don't find anything too of note. You actually find this like really cool like letter opener or like a knife. It could be either or. It's sharp like a knife, but it's it's like a letter opener. It's very ornate. It's very pretty.
If Dawn doesn't get that for Pip, I'm gonna cry. Pip wants.
Do you want to go ahead and take that one for Pip?
Absolutely, I do. And I'm still speaking to him as I'm doing this, by the way. I'm just asking him questions, talking to him.
Okay, we're going to cut back into him speaking for a second, and then I'll tell you what else you get. You're kind of, as you're speaking, he's like, yeah, Australia's been pretty calm recently. I mean, the Southern District's the Southern District, and, everyone's everywhere.
Oh, of course. This is riveting conversation, Grog. I have to say, are you an academic? Have you been to school?
It's like, nope, never been to school in my life. I actually don't know how to read.
Then that's incredibly impressive, Grog.
It's like, yeah, I just learn words, put them in my brain, and use them later. I'm like a walking glossary.
My God, Grog.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, I guess. And so kind of, as you're feeling around, you kind of find.
I've surely never met a man quite like.
Okay, so you reach into like one of his like back pockets that's like you can actually get your hand into, and you actually pull out probably like 3 gold and 1 silver.
Okay.
So if you want to go ahead.
Letter opener?
Yeah, you can take the letter opener. If you want to, you can give it to Pip, and you can put it in Pip's inventory. Okay, cool. Then put it in your inventory for now.
There. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So, I guess go ahead and put it in your inventory. If you don't know how to do that, I can do that for you.
Okay. I don't know how to do it.
Okay, so you just click the plus button at the very bottom.
Is it under? Wait. Okay. Yeah. I think I've figured it out. Let me know if I fuck up.
Okay.
That's your cue to say you fucked up. Okay.
All right, so
I do it?
kind of. I don't know. Here, let me check.
Or do I have to check it?
Yeah, I'm gonna check it. I'm gonna double check. So, yep, letter opener, perfect. And I'm gonna set its weight to 1, just so you have it. And it's gonna have an attack. So if you want to use it as like an attack later, you can.
Wait, I have a question.
I might have an answer. What's up?
I know vaguely. Remind me what a letter openers look like.
So this letter opener specifically is like a very thin blade with like a not like a hilt, but it's like a it's a very thin piece of wood that's like attaches it. So it's like straight up like hilt or whatever, like wood and then blade. Is essentially this letter opener.
Is it shiny?
I would say on the wood, it has like silver engravings. It actually says Grorg on it.
I'm so
silver
glad I
lettering.
have that.
It's pretty great. And then like it actually says on it like Grorg, and then on the back it says the third. Because he couldn't fit it on the front. And basically you have the like the blade, and the blade is like this like really shiny like silverish color. And actually you can tell it's been used a lot, because not only is there like a tiny blood stain on like the very top from what you can tell is Grorg pricking himself on it, but it's also kind of crusty on the sides. You can clean it off later. It's not like rust or anything, but it's just like dirt and like grime from like opening boxes and or opening like crates and stuff from like prying open crates.
Is it like good quality though? Has it been like in disrepair or something?
No. It's still pretty good. I would say it's in pretty good condition because it's fairly new. If you ask about it, he'll probably say it's a gift from his family for moving out.
Well, I'm not gonna ask about it because I stole it.
Yeah. Basically, it's new. It's new enough for him to like know it's gone, but it's not new enough for him to like notice it right away. You know?
Right. Yeah.
He just kind of takes it with him if he needs it, and then like he'll like drop it off at the end of the day and go like straight to sleep.
Okay.
So if you want to pocket that really quick, you can, and then you also have.
I already did.
Yeah, like I said, you can also grab 3 gold and 1 silver.
Okay. Did I already have that, or do I need to roll again?
Nope. You rolled. That's just the stuff that you get. That's like all of your findings in those pockets.
Yes. Oh. Sorry, this music threw me for a loop for a second. Okay. Dawn is going to say, well, it's been riveting, incredible talking to you, Grog, but I fear I have to bid you adieu.
It's like, well, hello.
Okay, it's not okay. My headset just hates me. Sorry.
No, you're good. And he's like, well, it's a shame to see you leave. I
know.
hope we can do this again sometime. And he kind of holds out his hand for you to shake it. And he's like, maybe if you're in Australia again, we can talk.
Oh, absolutely, we can talk, Grog. Anytime.
And you,
Next time I'm in town. Going to say, next time I'm in town, where can I look you up, Grog?
It's like, look me up by the bakery. I'm North End, probably about 3 blocks down. If you need to look me up in like a... if you want to look me up in anything, I'd probably be in the library if you need to know an address.
Oh, well then. Okay, Grog. See you soon, my dear. I lean over and I give him a kiss on his head, and I walk away.
Okay, and as she walks away, he kind of turns to Tori and he's like, what was up with her?
You know, I was thinking the same thing. I don't, you know?
It's like, interesting. She's a very strange woman.
I think she's trying to get something from you, maybe. I don't know.
It's like, well, anyways, and he kind of goes back to talking to Tori, and that's kind of where I'll end it for this area. You know, kind of the night dwindles down. It's decently late. It's not super late, but I'd say it's probably about 9:30, 9 o'clock. And you know, as everyone's kind of chilling, everyone is, you know, everyone's drinking their drinks, hanging out, and you hear this loud, gut-wrenching scream out of the blue. It completely silences everyone. It could be heard probably throughout the town, or at least throughout the marketplace. Does anybody want to go check out what that was, or?
I was about to
I'm
say
going
Tori
to.
is already up out of her seat and running towards the door to see what happened.
Okay. Does she notice that Dawn might also get up, or?
I'm definitely getting up.
Okay.
I'm gonna be on high alert, like kind of
Okay.
look out the windows for sure. Not move to leave or anything, but.
Gotcha. So I'm assuming, Pip, are you also gonna follow Dawn?
Well, I was gonna say I'm going to go toward wherever Pip is, and
Okay.
kind of like put my hand like on like Pip.
Sorry, I've been having trouble with my phone turning on and off. Pip would be like screaming. That's interesting. Pip is darting out the door.
Okay, cool. So,
Well, if Pip's going, then Dom is going to chase after him and be like, Pip, wait, fuck!
Actually, Pip has super high stealth. You might not see Pip.
maybe.
Well, I mean, you have to roll for stealth then.
Oh, you're gonna have me roll for stealth? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have you roll for stealth.
She's got her eye on him.
We're not like naturally trying to be stealthy, I don't think. But
No, but, like, I've-
Dawn can't find me.
Yeah, I feel like you're just like, I guess you're playing a little game.
Yeah. Pip's like, oh, drama. Gonna go run off, be bad, hide from Dawn, maybe jump off a roof while I'm at it.
Mm-hmm.
Why was it? I can't roll.
You can roll from your character sheet, I think.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Do you want me to?
No,
No? Okay.
I'll figure it out.
You got this.
It's just my screen turned off and now it's all slow.
That's okay. So while you're doing that, I'm gonna kind of go to everyone else and see if anybody's interested in investigating the noise.
Yeah.
Or does anybody want to be like, nope, I'm out. I'm gonna go to the inn and not worry about it. Basically, there's an inn right above the tavern, or there's an inn kind of probably about a block down. So like if you exit and you go to the left and go more towards like the south side, there's like an inn. It's pretty nice. So if anybody wants to head over to the inn to turn in instead, they can.
I got a 19.
You got a 19. Well, that's sleight of hand. Oh wait.
No, that's
never mind.
stealth. I have a plus to stealth too.
Oh shoot. Okay, yeah. Okay, then you make it out. You make it out the door before Don even sees you.
Fuck.
You even make it out before
It's
Tori
happened
even
again.
gets to the door.
Fuck.
So.
Fucking lost him.
But yeah, does anybody else want to go investigate the noise, or?
If he's gone, I'm gonna go ahead and go outside.
Okay. What about Sydney? You and Thing? Are you guys gonna go?
What do you think?
Yeah, let's probably check that.
I think Thing would be pretty interested in it, honestly.
I'm pretty interested in that, to be honest.
Okay. So whenever the noise is heard, Thing kind of like jumps out of their seat and kind of turns to Sini to see like what their reaction is.
Okay.
Because they're freaked out by this scream that was heard. So they're like, if Sini goes, I'm going, but I kind of don't know what to do in this situation, but I really want to go. That's kind of like the look they're giving, I guess.
Okay, cool. So, Sydney, what's your reaction? Are you?
Yeah, Cena kind of perks up and is nervous but curious to see to go ahead and investigate.
Okay, so what about so Snap? Are you gonna go too?
I'm over here sitting by the door.
You're- I'm sorry. What?
Sorry, I was covering my mic. I'm sitting by the door watching a bunch of people exit out and investigate the noise, and I'm like, why not? What's the harm in stepping outside? Well, I go outside too to investigate the noise.
Okay, cool. All right. So let's see. Final person, Jazz. Do you want to go out or?
Seems mad interested. I guess I'll go out.
Okay. So I'm gonna say everyone here kind of up and leaves, as well as a few other people. Even Grorg goes out. And they're all kind of scouring to figure out where the noise was, and they're not the only people that are looking, but they all kind of split off and scatter and try to look around high and low in alleyways and kind of in a bunch of different areas. But honestly, I think let's see. Pip, do you want to roll for perception?
Perception, baby! Woo! Time to go. Boop. 10.
10? Okay, you don't see too much, but I will say what you do see is there is something that, like, there's one place that people really aren't looking, and it's kind of far on the south end, or far on the north end, kind of to the right. Do you want to signal for people or no?
Nah, Pip's sneaky. Pip don't need no body.
All right, so Pip, do you want to go kind of check out what's going on?
Yeah.
All right, so you kind of saunter your way over to the little alleyway, and from what you can see from all the lanterns and stuff that are lighting up the area, you don't see too much. But what you do see is there are feet. You see feet. They're kind of propped upright. You can't really see too much else.
Can I get closer?
Yeah, absolutely. So as you get a little bit closer, you see that those feet obviously are connected to legs, and as you make your way further into the alleyway, you see there is it's the woman that bumped into Dawn earlier. She is staring right back up at you, and her chest is completely gashed open.
Is she alive?
She is dead. She is completely. All of the life in her eyes is gone, and she is slowly bleeding out.
Okay, I'm kind of torn here. I don't know if Pip would be like kind of frightened or more rummaging through what they have.
A little bit of.
Would you? I would assume a little bit of both. Would you want to?
I'm gonna roll for it.
You want to roll for it?
Okay, yeah, Pip's going through everything. I got
Okay.
a 19. Pip is like, oh, free stuff then. Dead person, free stuff.
Okay, so you're not really seeing too much on her person aside from like a cute little necklace that she has of like this like little symbol. It's not necessarily it's from your very, very limited knowledge of what like you've encountered with the Dawn, you know that it's religious of some sort, but nothing too
Very,
crazy.
very limited knowledge. Thanks for that. But
Very.
yeah.
I mean, you're young. I'm assuming you don't know.
It's a necklace. It's shiny. It's being pocketed.
Okay, then pocket the necklace. Anything else? There's nothing else on her person, but right next to her, the way that she's sprawled out is that her hand is kind of to her side, kind of where Pip is looking. So Pip is on her left side, looking down. Basically, right at Pip's feet, if he looks down, there's like a journal, like a notebook, and a couple of papers that are like sprawn out, kind of almost being seeped up by blood.
Okay, so what you're telling me is that Pip found a coloring book, so Pip's gonna pocket that.
No, that's actually kind of important, but
Well,
Alright.
Pip's book can draw in book, books in pocket.
okay, then I guess pocket the book.
Alright, let's see, anything else? Like, I kind of go through the pockets, I look at her hands and stuff, I like look around her and stuff.
No, I mean, other than the book, some pins, some like ink pens, some like feather pens, and that necklace. That's probably about all she'll have.
Any, like, are the ink pens like different colors or just plain black?
They'll just be plain black. Although
Okay.
I'd say one would probably be stained red with blood if you wanna have a different ink color.
I'll probably just go for the shiniest or prettiest looking ink pen. And just leave the rest.
Okay, then that would just be a very basic black feather pen. It actually has this.
Are there any that are cool that aren't feathers?
There's one that's like wooden almost, or at least it has like a wooden like finish. It's like
that doesn't appeal to a little kid. It's wood though. Like I mean, like shiny little metal things, little bedazzled or anything like that.
I know the like wooden pin has some like gold on it. Like it's
Okay, yeah, then that's pocketed.
Okay, cool. Then pocket that too. All right, and so by the time Pip gets to pocket the.
By the way, I'm listening for footsteps.
You're listening for footsteps? Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay, because I was gonna say there's no there's like a crowd of footsteps kind of around you, but nothing right there. I will say probably Dawn and a couple of other people are probably heading your way though.
All right. When I see someone like getting nearby, I'm probably gonna like hide behind something, or like try to skirt out of the alleyway without being seen.
Okay. So let's kind of move on from you and let's go to Dawn.
Okay.
Dawn, kind of what are you thinking of doing?
Well, are there people like running in a general direction toward noise? Or...
So
They're like, what's it like outside? Is it a calamity or?
So it's not necessarily a calamity. Like all of that's kind of subsided. At this point, everyone's on the hunt for something. They know something is out there. They're looking for whatever came through.
So are there lots of people?
I'd say there's probably about 100 people. They're not in one place though, so they're all going to be scattered throughout the marketplace.
I was going to say, Don has like a red hood on.
Mm-hmm.
A cloak rather. She's going to put the hood up. It's large. It goes over her horns.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to put the hood up over her horns and kind of stalk forward in the general direction of the noise.
Okay.
Oh, can I like roll to see if I can see where Pip is or anything? Or...
You can, yeah.
Oh, is it worth it?
Yeah, you can. It's just a perception check.
Okay. Let's see. I keep forgetting what perception is. Oh, there it is. Okay. I think, is it 11? Oh no, 17? 17.
I think it would be 11, but
I don't know how to fucking read this shit.
it's okay. So basically, you can't really see too much. Like, you see that everyone's kind of looking in and out of alleyways. There's one that still hasn't been checked yet. Pip could be there, but honestly, you're not certain.
Can you repeat that? Sorry.
So basically, there's one alleyway that hasn't been checked by other people yet. Pip could be there, but honestly, it's not. There's not anything.
Nice. I can't see if there's like. I can't see anything in that alleyway. Can I see that there's like any figures in there?
In that alleyway? Yeah, you walk up to the alleyway and you kind of peek in. If you want to roll another perception check, I can tell you kind of what you see.
Okay.
It's pretty dimly lit, but
I just
I'm
want to
assuming...
look. I don't want to walk into it or anything. I just want to like look.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me see.
Oh fuck.
Ooh, okay, so you can't really see anything of note. There's nothing moving. Really all you see is, as far as the light reaches, is about as far as you're gonna see.
Okay.
So as you're kind of grazing around, you're looking, all you see is like a slight silhouette of a foot, like a shoe. That's basically about it.
Like, is the shoe attached to a person?
You don't
or
know.
Is it just a shoe?
You just
it's
just like, from what you can tell, there's to your knowledge just a shoe.
Okay. Well,
it could be multiple shoes. It could be you just.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, is the shoe like planted on the ground, like as if?
So the way that it's planted is it's gonna be like base up. So like the toe of the boot is gonna be facing the sky.
There's not a person in the shoe.
I don't know.
Doubtful.
I don't know.
But yeah, I'm going to ignore the alleyway. Well,
you're gonna ignore that alleyway?
You know what? I'll go in the fucking alleyway.
You want to go in the alleyway?
Yeah, okay. I'll go in.
So, you kind of go in, and, just like Pip, you don't really see anything until, the kind of light settles in a bit. From the outside of the marketplace, and so you see that the shoe is actually two shoes, which is connected to the legs of somebody, and I said, you find as you're kind of skimming, you come to the face of this woman who, completely lifeless, gash in the chest area. She looked terrified, probably around the time of death.
She looked what around the time of death?
Terrified.
Oh. say, "Oh." Then I'm gonna look around on a dead body and see if there's anything.
So you kind of look around. If you wanna, there's nothing really you can see just by looking.
Well, I mean, I was going to like check her corpse for
Oh, okay. Yeah.
valuables.
Yeah. Do you want to go for that?
Oh, do I have to roll for that?
Yeah, you can roll.
Like mother, like child.
Yeah, Pip learned from the best. Do I need to roll for that though? To just
I would roll
from this dead corpse?
I mean,
Shouldn't be hard. I can get everything off the corpse. I don't. Think
I guess
need
not.
to roll.
It would just. I guess it would just be perception.
Do I need perception though? Because like it's a dead body.
I guess not.
You're the DM.
So basic. As you're kind of searching through, you find these like pins. There's one that's wooden. Most of them are gonna be feather
Hey,
tipped.
I think you cut out for a second.
Oh, sorry. So you don't really find too much. You just find some like feathered pins. That's basically about all you'll find on her person.
Feathered pens. What kind of a person is she again? Like, what's her race?
So
appearance?
she's elvish in appearance. She definitely was the woman that knocked into you earlier.
Oh. Wait. Is this like the same woman that Pip ran into earlier? Are things not happening chronologically right now?
Things are happening chronologically right now. Pip is not there.
Okay, so this is after Pip's situation.
Yes, this is after.
Oh, okay. I gotcha. So this is the elvish woman that I ran into. Okay. Gotcha. What did you say I picked off of her again?
So right now, if you want to take the feathered pins, you can.
Okay.
It looks like this body has been freshly picked. Nothing out of the ordinary, though.
Mm-hmm. Do the pens look like they'd be worth anything?
They could be. One is covered in blood, though, and it's been sitting there for probably about 5-10 minutes.
Okay.
So it's like soaked.
They don't look
By the
like
way,
they
just for flavor, Pip is definitely on the nearest roof, looking down, watching Dawn this whole time.
Okay, I'm gonna say like, yeah, it might have been here. This corpse has been looted. Like, when I look around, do I see any like? Vinny probably shouldn't have said that. Now I know, but do I see any like little tiny bird prints in the blood or anything?
Not in the blood. The blood has like pooled enough to where any footprints, if they're small enough, will be covered after a certain point in time. And the blood is still slowly spreading. It's not fast enough, like as if it's like a fresh body, but it's starting to slow down.
Okay. Can I? I've taken everything from her.
You can take her glass.
I mean, I've seen. Oh no!
Huh?
I'll leave her glasses.
You want to leave her? I mean, they're cracked anyways.
I'm not a monster. I'm gonna stand up and look around and yell like Pip squeak, and say like I have some nice shiny treats for you, and listen.
If she offers me something, I'm gonna like peek out over the roof, like look down, like kind of be a bit more obvious.
Is that what you want to do?
Yeah.
Do I
She'll
see?
give me shiny treats.
Do I see her?
You don't at the moment.
Might make a tiny little chirp, just something real like tiny, like yeah.
Yeah, you know that they're nearby. but it's nothing. It's nothing like you don't know where. So they could be outside of the outside into the marketplace. They could be further into the alleyway. The alleyway is pretty small, so they could be hiding anywhere.
I'm
Can
just
I
saying,
roll for perception?
if she looks up, she probably will see me. Is all I'm saying.
I feel like I should roll for something here.
Yeah. Perception.
You can roll a perception if you want.
Okay,
All right. Oh, 16. That's not bad. So, you're kind of looking around. You're not really seeing too much. And as you kind of look up into the sky, you see the stars, the sky, and the silhouette of a little person, little tiny person thing.
I say, Pipsqueak, I know that's you. Children don't typically run atop buildings. You're the only child I know who does that, and that's why I love you.
I'm gonna just jump off the roof onto her.
Okay then. Heavier.
And kind of as Pip does that, he kind of gets a little blood on your neck.
Oh yeah, Pip's covered in blood. Probably was just rooting around.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, I hope that's the elf's blood. Are you all right?
I'm gonna tilt my head and go, shiny treat.
A shiny treat, yes. Now, Pip, you're a reasonable little bird. I'm going to make a deal with you. If you stick with me until we figure out what in God's name is going on around here, I have a nice shiny treat for you. But you have to be good for the rest of until we find out what made that terrible noise.
Be good.
What do you think?
And I'm gonna nod my head yes.
Good? Okay, thank you, Pip. And then I take his head and I sort of noogie him with the ball of my hand.
Okay.
I'm gonna just squawk at her how dare you? What?
I stand up and I walk out of the alleyway.
All right. So, I guess as you walk out, you kind of turn your head to the left, and you notice that Tori and a few people are kind of walking towards you. So Tori, you're in this now.
Finally.
And kind of next to you is Grorg and his two other friends. And he's like, "Hey, did you find anything?"
Actually, there's a sort of dead lady over in the alleyway.
It's like,
It'd be important. Yes, she has a gash across her chest. Could have been the thing that screamed at her. She could have been the thing that screamed, rather.
This would be the first time this week.
Die or something. I don't.
Actually, the lady actually bumped into me earlier today. She seemed like she was in a hurry. She was super nervous.
It's like, that is really weird.
Yeah.
So did you, like I said, did you find anything? Was that it? That it?
Oh, no. Yeah, I looted a corpse. Hey, free stuff. But, she didn't have anything. Sort of a
That's odd.
broke bitch. She's dead, she doesn't need it. Anyway, got more pressing things to worry about.
Alright, then I guess...
Do you think perhaps we should be on the alleyway and see if the thing that attacked her might have escaped?
Yeah, that might be a good idea. I guess if y'all go do that, we'll go notify the authorities. I'm sure the local guard will have something to say about it.
Well, yes, I'm sure they will.
And so Gror kind of looks at his two buddies, and they kind of head off. And, as they head off, they're kind of like, They kind of pass Thing and Cinny and Snap, who are in this small group of 10 other people. And he's like, and they're kind of talking about the dead body and what that could mean. Would any of y'all potentially overhear that?
Over here, what?
I was saying if Thing or Cinny or Snap want to listen into Grork's conversation as they pass by.
I would gladly eavesdrop.
Okay. I guess that would be, let's see. I guess, would that be insight? That wouldn't be insight, would it? Or wisdom, or intelligence, or something like that?
I don't know. I'll roll whatever I have to.
I guess, you know what? Maybe roll for investigation. That should cover it, right?
Yeah.
Good call.
13.
Ooh. Okay. So, not bad. So, that's a little over half. So, as he passes by, he kind of, is like, I wonder the body. And, his friends kind of nod. He's not forming his sentences properly because, he's a little tipsy.
Grog.
Yeah, it's Grorg. He kind of passes by and he's like, the body. And his friends are, kind of like, I know, I don't know. I guess the authorities will handle it. And one of them kind of looks back at Pip, Dawn, and Tori.
Yep.
Can I
As this
run?
is happening, oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, can I run to those three because they're right by the body, right?
Yeah, they're close to the body. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to run to those three with Thing.
Okay. So you and Thing will run over to the alleyway. Do you want to look in the alleyway, or do you want to talk to the people that were there?
I want to look in the alleyway first. What do I see? Do I need to roll perception?
I would roll perception. Thing, do you want to also roll perception?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
I clicked the wrong thing.
Oh, my perception isn't very good, but sure.
Dude, my perception is decent, I think.
I rolled higher than you.
Ooh.
Oh, that was for something else.
Okay, so.
Oh, nice.
You both look in. You notice that it's the lady that body checked you, Nat.
Okay.
She is laying on the ground. Her hand is kind of sprawled out, like she was holding something. And she kind of, as she got cut from shoulder to aimed chest, she let it go. If you want to look closer at the kind of gash marks, they look draconic in nature. If you want to take that, however you will.
Yeah, I want to. Okay.
Maybe that's a lead.
At this point, do we notice any draconic people nearby, any kobolds?
No, the only draconic person that you see is Snap, and she honestly was just following right behind y'all. She was in the tavern basically the entire time.
Okay. Well, Thing, this is a pickle.
Yeah, I got no idea. Maybe we could ask that dragon person that was behind us if they have any idea.
Yeah.
I mean, they probably didn't do it. They were behind us, but maybe they know more dragon people?
The marks do look pretty draconic. Yeah. Let's give him a little chat.
Do you want to go talk to the dragon?
We're gonna approach Snap.
All right. So you approach. You kind of approach Snap. You look you guys look kind of concerned as you approach. So, kind of how do you want to go about this?
Hey, you little dragon.
Yeah, you know any other like dragons and stuff around here, or like kobolds or something in like that area? I'm just asking because you are a dragon, or dragonborn rather. My bad.
Yeah.
What seems to be the issue?
There's a body.
Way to put it so bluntly.
Oh my
Yeah, there's a
heavens.
body. There's a body back there. It has a huge like gash in it. It's kind of cool looking. But like no,
oh dear heavens,
my friend
man.
here, my friend here says it looks very like draconish or whatever. So since you know you're pretty dragon-y, I assume haven't seen many dragons or anything.
Dragons have
you
anything
know
against elves or anything?
Yeah.
I've hardly ever gotten out, and I've only very recently have gotten to meet more people outside my mother and father, and one
Do you
of
know
my
any
father's
kobolds?
friends. I do not.
Not a single
Could
kobold?
you show me this corpse?
Are you sure you want to see this corpse?
It's pretty highly,
It's like
man.
really bloody.
I'm intrigued. It both
Alright.
saddens my heart to see a life taken, but also
Mhm.
I guess kind of like slowly kind of walk over to the corpse to try and like show Snap where it's at and just kind of like gently gesture over to it.
At this
Okay.
point, is it like nighttime yet?
Oh, it's
Probably
definitely
night.
nighttime. It's like 9:30, 10 o'clock.
This is what phase is the moon?
It's a dragon.
We don't know that. It looks draconic, but it could
Okay,
be something.
The
whatever.
moon is a dragon.
I'd say it's probably one of the gibbuses.
Okay, so
No,
not
Nat's trying to
full.
see if it's a werewolf. That's what Nat's going
Yes,
about.
I am. I'm just saying, mysterious murder in an alleyway. We don't know to giant gash across their chest. My first instinct.
That's
okay.
fair.
Anyways, go on.
Nope. It's from what you can tell if you look straight up, it's one of the gibbuses. It honestly looks like it's going away from the full moon. Like the full moon was like had happened probably about 3 or 4 days ago.
Weird.
So if honestly, I guess as you guys are kind of walking to the body, Jazz, are you kind of looking around and do you see them, or do you want to make like a perception roll? Because I can totally do that
I'll
for
see
you.
them.
You see them?
Yes.
Okay. So kind of as they pass by, they kind of look like they're in a hurry, trying to like go over there and like show Snap. Do you want to follow them or?
I think I should follow them.
Okay, go for it. So you kind of follow them, and as they kind of slow down and Snap's kind of looking inside, you kind of are like approaching them. What do you want to do?
Just want to spy on them.
You just want to spy on them? You don't want to like go up and say hi or anything? Start up a conversation? No, I'm kidding.
I'll just start a conversation.
Yeah, go for it if you want.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Do you
So
Just
what
say,
are you doing here?
quickly, as this is happening, Dawn has slipped into the shadows, just to make herself scarce because of the talk of like the authorities. I just wanted to say
Okay. So she's kind of walking away a little bit. So before anything happens, Tori, are you following her or no?
following Dawn?
Yeah, do you want to follow Dawn or no?
Well, I'm not walking away. I'm just kind of like
Oh,
slipping
okay.
into the shadows and like
So, like,
I don't-
making
Of, like, the
myself look
building?
inconspicuous. Are there a lot
Okay.
of people around? Like, or is it just like these people?
In the alleyway right now, like kind of in that like parameter, it's just y'all. Like there are still people
Oh.
out looking around, but there's no one that's like really passing by. I think
Oh.
everything's kind of died down in like the 30-40 minutes that has passed.
Okay. Well, then I'm just standing there with them. Then I guess.
Okay. All right.
Oh dear heavens, it's more bloodier than I thought. Oh,
Yeah,
you,
it's gruesome.
Told you it was a dead body.
you,
How do I
you
expect
poor
it?
soul.
I did warn you that it was pretty bloody. Like there is blood everywhere. This person is very
Very
dead.
much a very dead.
Oh,
You said it's like draconic scratches or something?
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
at this point, I look over and I realize that Pip is covered in blood and incredibly suspicious looking next to the dead body.
Oh
I'm
my
kneeling beside the
gosh.
corpse.
Okay. Does anybody notice? Does anybody want
Can I roll perception and notice?
Did they?
to? Yeah, you
kill
can.
Rolling perception.
I don't know.
My character is missing an eye, so I feel like it would be fair to just notice them.
I guess you should always roll for with disadvantage.
Yeah, how does that work?
You roll twice and pick the smaller number.
I roll 2 die?
Oh, I
Yeah,
think
you
it
roll
automatically.
2d20.
I think it
and then-
automatically rolls 2 whenever you like click on your thing, though.
And
You
then it's
can-
the
if you-
smallest.
If you
Choose
just
the smaller of the
why
two.
does it roll 2 of them?
I don't know, but just choose like the
Well,
smaller of that number.
Okay, well I
rolls
rolled it
through-
again and I got 21 and 17, so I guess I'll take the 17.
Yeah, that's still pretty
Oh,
good
wow.
though. So basically, kind of as you're looking around, you see kind of like blood splatter that's like kind of beside the pool of blood. That's not like the pool of blood. Like it's small enough to be like weird and out of place, and it's far enough to be like weird and out of place.
Can I like take Pip to the side, like kind of out of eye view, and try to like scowl some of the blood off of him?
You
I mean, it's probably all dried at this point.
Oh,
yeah, so
you're
you
right.
you would have to be like
That's rational.
scratching it off, yeah.
Oh,
Can I
okay.
draw my bow?
You can go ahead and like kind of have your bow ready.
Yeah, I want to ready my bow.
Okay.
You know, I think you're more deserving of this. I got this flower earlier, and I lay it upon this corpse.
Okay, so you lay the orchid on the corpse of the lady.
Yes.
Okay, so now laying, kind of on this woman's bloodied chest is this very vibrant purple orchid that's absolutely gorgeous. It honestly makes everything go away with how pretty it is. Like, I don't know. It's pretty enough for like everyone to kind of be like, "Whoa,"
Okay,
you know?
and I'm going to look at Snap and say, "What's your name, young lady?
What was that?
What's your name, young lady?"
My name is Snapdragon, but you can call me Snap.
That sounds just right. Where did you come to acquire such a beautiful orchid?
A very kind lady gave it to me whenever I was browsing the marketplace.
Then. Just wanted to ask about the flower. So,
All right, that's all you wanted to do was ask about the flower.
yeah, I mean, I think she was just taken.
Mm.
And
Okay, yeah,
Can I interrogate Dawn?
you can if you want. Yeah.
absolutely.
The mother with her and her child covered in blood, yeah. Probably someone to interrogate.
Dawn doesn't have any blood on her, does she?
You picked me up against your chest.
Yeah,
Yes, you
jumped on my
do.
shoulder
No,
like
it's
that.
not even that. It's that Pip dropped from the roof and it got dried blood on this woman's neck. Like shoulder to neck is just
Okay.
slight splatter of blood.
Yeah, I wanna ask her the blood on her neck. I feel like it's kind of obvious, especially now that she's like talking snap.
Right, yeah.
I can't help but notice, but you're kind of covered in blood. Both of you? What's up with
it's
that?
so inconvenient.
I'm gonna
In
reach
her-
down and get some of the dried blood off my chest and like throw it at them.
As Pip is reaching down, can I pull my bow back?
You can.
Okay, that is not necessary. He's a child. Okay.
Tell the child. Stop.
There is a dead body right here, and you guys, this child's throwing blood at me.
Let's
Of
all
course, I'm
sit
gonna
at-
be suspicious.
I know,
There's a
that's
dead body.
understandable.
Can I shoot a warning shot?
This is getting violent.
If you want
I know.
to,
Do I need to roll something? Do I need to roll like is intimidation on there?
What
you
if you
can-
miss with the warning shot and shoot us?
Yeah, if you miss with the warning shot, I think you just hit him.
Oh god, if you kill Pip right on the spot, that'll be fun. That would be kind of awful.
Okay, maybe I won't fire a warning shot.
I was gonna say if
wait,
Nat
no,
rolls for
Nat-
intimidation, then I
Nat
probably also have to roll.
Yeah, I just
Nat-
roll intimidation.
Okay.
Yeah, you can just like stomp your foot a little bit, kind of.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Because you got those hooves. You got those hooves. I think they'd
Yeah,
be a little
they-
bit intimidating.
The click clacks.
Ooh.
Oh,
Or 23, not bad.
Oh, I have to roll something, don't I? What do
You
I roll?
intimidate them very much. I don't think you can ever roll more than a 23, I'll be honest.
no, 24 is max.
Yeah, 24 is max.
No.
23 is what you got though.
Isn't
Yeah.
it like
No.
stuff like
Do we have-
hey, isn't it like stuff like persuasion and stuff doesn't work against player characters and they can
Yeah.
roleplay themselves being scared, but I don't think you can roll against them being
Yeah.
persuaded at something because if we were like, oh, you can intimidate people, I could be like, oh, I'm gonna roll a nat 20 on persuasion for so and so to give me their thing, and now they got to give it to me.
Yeah, I agree.
Fair enough.
That's just
Yeah.
how I've seen it played. And
I just want to stomp.
Okay, you've stomped.
Just want to intimidate him.
Simmer down, Billy Goat's gruff. We don't gotta fight here.
I'm gonna like if I was on Dawn's chest, I'm gonna try to like get behind Dawn now.
I want to shoot this
Okay.
bow so badly.
No, just listen, please lower your bow. We don't want any sort of trouble. We're just
You're
Is that-
burning through blood at me.
Is that
I'm
why
sorry,
you murdered
he's a-
this poor girl?
he is 3 feet tall.
Two.
So am I.
Yeah, my
Listen to me. He's a garbage child. Look, he's very violent. He's aware he's a garbage child.
Very violent.
so
As a-
your child is
Very
violent,
violent.
and there's a dead body right there.
He wears it as a badge of pride. Let me explain. He came upon the body, my child. He ran away at the sign of the scream, terrified. Ran
Terrifying.
upon the body. He came upon the bloody corpse, and likely fell to his knees in fright. Then he climbed up on top of a building, obviously being scared. He saw me, he jumped down onto my neck, and now I'm covered in blood as well.
So let me get
I'm
this
gonna
straight.
make I'm gonna make puppy eyes at them from behind,
That is-
like
that is
sticking my head
not
out from behind
sound.
Dawn's
Your
shoulders
child was
because I'm hanging on.
Your child was afraid, so they ran away from you towards the screaming, where the dead person was found, and happened to get covered in blood, and then
This-
happened to try and flee the scene.
This really isn't looking good for you.
Okay, look at the claw marks on that woman's chest. Does that look like something that this tiny bird is capable of?
I'm
Something
gonna
you could
show
do.
my talons, like show how they're like not the right shape and stuff. Like hold up one of my hands.
I'm sorry, something I could
Does it have
do.
any weapon?
What exactly
they
is
are
that supposed to
tiny.
mean?
I don't know what you have, lady.
They're
I
tiny.
don't know. Do you have some sort of weapon that has like a dragon claw on it or something? I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
seeing
Sorry,
this
a
set, I
dragon?
don't know what you have.
Dragon weapons are all too common.
No. What? Say that again.
There are plenty of weapons that can make those fall.
Oh, you said something about a dragon claw?
Yeah, it's a dragon mark.
Oh. Well, I assure you, we don't have anything of that sort. I could empty our
Yeah?
pockets for you right now, although I won't.
Oh, empty your
Oh.
pockets,
Nothing of that
please.
sort.
Yeah, empty both of
No,
you.
no, absolutely not.
You just. Okay.
Oh,
Do you want me to fire this bow at you, lady?
are you threatening me now?
Yes.
You're covered
You're
in blood
acting
next to
extremely
a dead
suspicious.
body.
Okay, so
I'm gonna hold up my middle finger.
nice. Okay, so kind of as y'all are bickering, the guards kind of roll up,
Fuck you guys!
and kind of Grorg and everyone is like, it's in there, kind of
As that's
motioning.
happening, can John and Pip flee? They try to. Can we roll for stealth? Can we roll
Can
for
I-
stealth?
Can I shoot their leg?
No,
Can I shoot their
literally,
leg?
no. Okay, okay.
I'm not
Because
taking my eyes off them
literally
right now.
At that point, the guards are there. They see you. Thing is there. They see you. At this point, there is no rolling for stealth. You are in
There's
it.
people looking at us. You can't stealth away when someone's looking at us.
I agree.
If they
Yes,
said they
Myra.
looked away to look at the guards or something, maybe, but
I am giving especially Pip the most dirtiest look right now. Just looking at them upset. I do not like
oh
them.
god. This means Pip and Thing are having a staring contest.
I feel like Dawn and Sadie are having an equal amount of staring.
They're just all
Oh no.
they're so angry at each other.
Mhm.
Like, look. Your compatriot there is a goblin. People don't
And
look kindly
Excuse
goblins.
me?
oh, and you
People don't look kindly on me either.
and you're
Hey,
telling
I
me that
don't
your
look-
little what'd you call him, Pip? You telling me that little bloody mess of a child
You
was
both-
kindly?
Oh, very antagonistic.
You're covered in
Son of a-
blood.
Bloody around the body, and you won't empty your pockets.
It's like, so as you're kind of fighting, the guards are like, whoa, 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 whoa. Mm-mm-mm-mm. All of y'all are coming with us tonight.
Oh, why should I have to come
Why?
with you?
You're
What
right
did we
near
do?
the body. You're coming with
Because
us.
we heard a scream. Why
We're
else?
not the ones covered in blood.
Exactly.
It's like, yes,
We
but you are
found
confronting the
bodies here.
people. You're confronting the people that are covered in blood.
Sorry, I'm doing your
No,
job
sorry.
better.
And Dawn yells out and she says, "These people ran upon me and my son and accosted us.
You are
They-
covered in
They
blood.
told us to empty our
And
pockets. They told us
everyone,
to-
everyone,
They tried to rob us. That one aimed its bow at me.
everyone, calm down. We will figure this out.
Pip's
Once
gonna
we
make a
get back to the
crying
station.
baby noise. A crying baby noise. Like the noise a human baby
Station.
makes when it cries. It's just
You
doing
should
that.
you should do an impression of that.
Yeah.
Do I have to?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like 1:30. I don't want to be too loud.
Do it.
That's about as good as it can get. All right, so
Thing, I need you to cry for them. I don't want to go to the
I pick
station.
him up.
I'm just gonna.
I pick up
That's just happening continuously.
okay,
pick up Pip
cool.
and I start cradling him.
Wait,
Yeah,
what
Pip's
race are the
acting like a
guards?
baby.
Guards are human.
Ugh.
Too many humans around here. I don't like it.
John starts crying too.
We're
And
all
it's like-
crying.
Everyone's crying, and he's like, "Yeah, we just have some questions."
How could
Things
I
just
murder?
confused.
How could I murder someone when I don't even have? I'm missing an eye.
I'm just frightened. I just wanted to have a good night with my son.
It's like, yeah,
The
but now
crying
you're
is
in this
continuing
mess.
from Pip.
You know who else was frightened? That lady when you killed her.
I don't like you.
You saying this
Talking
because
to
I'm a
Skip and
tiefling.
Dawn.
Okay,
This is
So-
racism.
they
No.
kind of.
Oh,
Not.
I'll have you know
Not
I'm
racist.
racist, and it is not towards tieflings. It is towards kobolds. Get it right, lady.
I'm not racist, but kobolds suck.
It's like, okay, cool. That's very nice. So the guards kind of are like leading you back to the station as Grorg kind of leans over to like Tori and Snap, and he's like, well, "What did they do?"
What?
I have
I wish I
much
knew Gorg at this point because I want to get his attention, but he doesn't know me.
Yeah, well, kind of you're being led back to the station, and I'm gonna kind of bring you over that way. So like the station, each of you are gonna kind of be interrogated. So the head guard, he kind of sits down with each of you one by one, and is kind of like, all right, so I know this sucks. This is probably not the night you were wanting to have, unless you were going to kill this person. I just need to check your belongings, make sure everything is fine. Other than that, you'll be free to go.
Still in the same room at this point?
Hmm.
Are we still in the same room? Like, can we hear each other?
No. So it's gonna be one by one.
Okay.
So it's like even Pip will be by himself.
Pip is not giving up the like infant baby act. Pip is like acting like they can't move themselves and they're just crying like a small child. Are they really gonna drag Pip away from Dawn when
Yes,
as far as they know
will.
Pip is a small child?
They need to get to the bottom of this. Absolutely, they will.
It's a bloody child.
It's a bloody child. It's a bloody child and a bloody mother. They're gonna interview them both separately before they have a chance to make an alibi.
I don't think the tiefling just gave birth to birds.
I did.
No, it's like a likely story. So they lead Dawn. So one by one, they kind of lead everyone into a separate room. We're gonna start with Pip.
Well,
first.
Pip's not walking. Pip's like acting like they're an infant.
They pick Pip up and separate him from Dawn.
My baby!
Only more distraught, crying and reaching for his mama.
They don't care. They do not seem to care.
What the fuck is wrong with these guards? There's no way they know that Pip's not an actual infant.
No, there is no way. But they see a bloody child, and they're going to be like, well, we have questions.
They're going to interrogate the infant.
Even if the infant has no, answers.
This is a fuck situation.
Yeah. So, basically, they kind of lead Pip into this.
Like, actually, though, like, who the fuck does this? What kind of police station separates an infant from, like, its mom?
You'd be surprised.
To question them.
Ustrea's guard system is kind of fun.
They don't even know if he can talk.
He can't talk, it's the thing.
Listen, if you look at one of the newspapers right beside the waiting room, you'll see that they took in a 3-year-old human child, for interrogation after they accidentally tripped someone and they fell out a window.
Oh man.
They're not above anything.
I believe you.
Well, I'm just saying, Pip's acting like they're less than one. Pip's acting like they can't even sit up on their own.
I think Dawn has realized that she's not getting anywhere, and she says, "It's okay, Pip. Go with them. Just be honest."
Pip's still gonna be all snotty acting and stuff, but maybe quiet down a little bit.
I say be honest, but I wink at him.
Okay. And they don't see the wink. They're literally just holding the child, bringing him into the interrogation room. And basically, one by one, they'll pat you down, make sure you don't have anything, check your belongings, and then they will kind of ask you a couple of questions. If not, they'll give you back your stuff. So you should be free to go afterwards. So with Pip, they kind of plop him down in the chair, and they're kind of like, okay.
It's gonna fall back like they can't hold themselves up.
Okay.
I'm keeping up the act.
That's fair. Then, so there is probably going to be about 1 or 2 guards there. I'd say probably 2 for brevity, because 1 to pat down, 1 to watch the door. So the person's literally going to have to hold Pip up as they search. So they're searching in Pip's little pockets. They're making sure anything is anything is there. They
The
actually
necklace
pull.
I would have put around my neck, by the way. I would have
Okay.
put that on.
Gotcha. So they would take the necklace just just to take it. They would look at it. They're like, since there's not like really blood on it, because I'm assuming Pip would have like wiped it off in the scuffle. They kind of just give it back to him. Basically, as they're patting him down, they find the pin with the gold, almost like insignia type thing on it.
Just saying, as I picked up the items, before I put them in my bag, I wouldn't want to make too much of a mess. I would have like wiped them on my shirt or something, so they don't like get blood all over my other stuff. But yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. So they kind of pick up like the feathers, and they're like looking at the. Did you end up picking up any of the feather pins?
I just picked up the wooden one that had gold on it.
Just the wooden one. Okay. And then kind of as they're searching, they see. Let me look at your character sheet, because I can do that.
Oh lord. I've been writing down stuff I picked up this session beside me, and I'm gonna put it in the thing at the end of the session. That's how I do it.
Gotcha. So it looks like they don't see too much aside from like your sword.
Who gave this infant a short sword?
Yeah, they're just like, what the fuck? They're just
Why
kind of
does
like
the infant have 10 pounds of leather armor?
Yeah, they're just like kind of, what is this child carrying? And then kind of as they're siphoning through, they find the book. And the book's not super big. I'd say it's probably like a notepad, maybe a little bit bigger. Like a small journal.
In a bag if they have like leather armor and short swords, nothing suspicious to have.
Right, nothing suspicious to have, but what Pip failed to see was that on the back of the book was the name of the woman. And her name is Nirer Feor.
But do the guards know the name of the woman? No, that's not just my name.
Well, Dawn did say Pip's name.
Do they know that's not my mom's name?
Because she directed it at Pip.
Yeah, but that could just be my mom's name. They have no idea that I could just be carrying my mom's stuff. Makes sense about the sword and the leather armor and stuff.
Arguing with the GM.
It could be, but they kind of, they're kind of like flipping through it, and like, they see that, they kind of see that like a lot of this is going to be kind of in Elvish. And
I'm
they kind
so mad. I really wanted to color in that book.
Well, too bad. So they kind of look at it and they're like, And they kind of look at Pip. They kind of look at the other guard and they're like, we're going to keep this. And they kind of.
God, I wish I could talk. I can't talk. I actually can't talk.
You can't. Nope. So they kind of send Pip kind of on their way. And they kind of bring in this.
Send me on my way. You mean they carry me back to my mom because I'm keeping up the infant act?
Oh yeah, no. So the one by the door, not the one holding the book, kind of picks Pip up and kind of leads him back out to Dawn, or at least leads him to where Dawn would be sitting, because they signaled Dawn to kind of come in, basically. And so they kind of sit Dawn down and they're like, "All right, ma'am, I'm sorry that we're gonna have to do this, but we're gonna have to pat you down. We're gonna have to make sure you don't have anything suspicious. It's just protocol.
But be gentle."
It's like, oh, okay. It kind of looks at the other guard and is like, whatever. So they start patting her down, and they find the letter opener. They don't think of it as anything. They notice that you have kind of some candles, some like small rations. a lock of hair for some reason.
That's not a thing anymore, actually.
Is it not? Did you want to
I
take
don't know
that
how
out?
to
Never
delete
mind.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take it out later. A couple of costumes. They're just kind of like, what is this?
I'm a performer.
And they're just
Yes.
like,
I see.
they're just kind of like, okay. It's like, all right, man, we have a couple of questions. So
Okay, that's
on
quite
your
all right. I understand.
yes, of course, on your child, is that
Yes.
is that it?
My ward. He's my ward.
Your ward.
Ward. Yes.
Okay. So all right. First off, ma'am, can I just a quick question. What is your
Yes, of
name,
course.
perhaps?
My name is Dawn.
Okay. So, what we found in your child's backpack was this kind of journal here. We're gonna keep it for studying, but I didn't know if you had any idea of what this was.
Quite honestly, doesn't know how to write, so I don't know that he would have any use for a journal. In color, sure, he's quite the artist, but no. Is there any chance I can see it?
We can show it to you, but
fuck,
I'm not gonna be able to give it to you, ma'am, just in case.
Oh, that's all right. That's quite all right. I understand.
So he kind of opens the book and is like flipping through it. A lot of it's in Elvish, some of it's in English. It's kind of a mix depending on the page. It looks very kind of messy in handwriting. But it looks like she's really harping about this stone. For some reason, he's like, "Do you know anything about this?"
Oh, I will say, this does bring to mind the Elvish woman who was injured. Me and my compatriot came upon her. I went down to check her pulse and see if she was alive, but as you can see, that's why I'm covered in her blood as I am now.
I see. It's like, well,
Do you want me to make a deception check?
if you want to.
I mean, I just wanted to be fair, but it's okay. If you're not going to make me, then I'm not going to.
Yeah.
You're making me?
No, you can
Okay.
you can go without a hitch.
I'm just gonna lie.
I mean, at this point, you've just embellished the truth. I feel like he's like they're not gonna. They're stupid enough. They're smart enough to know that it's not yours. They're dumb enough to not know kind of how you stumbled upon the body. It's just kind of like.
Can I make a persuasion, roll? Try and sway him more one way or the other?
You can.
Okay.
I mean, honestly, I'd go for it if you want.
I would like to. Hey, I have a question.
I might have an answer.
So I don't know how to roll by myself without the character sheet. You know what I mean?
Like, what do you mean? Like, you wanna?
I mean, there's a place to roll where you're not actually just clicking on the persuasion on the character sheet.
What do you like? Like just a plain
I guess there's not much of a difference. I'll just roll from the character sheet.
Yeah.
I'll just ask about it later.
Ooh, not bad. No, 20.
Okay. So I just say, truly, me and my child, we had nothing to do with the death of this woman. We were simply here to enjoy the festivities, maybe earn some gold through our performances, my singing, tips, magic tricks. Really, there's nothing that we've done to cause this.
And he kind of nods and he's like, okay. It's like, well, technically your kid did tamper with the evidence, but we can't unfortunately
I'm sorry.
charge it. It's fine. Unfortunately, we can't charge a child. We can interrogate them, but we can't fully charge them. So, if anything, we just set up rules for the parents. Just keep an eye on your kid. If that seems to be a difficult situation or you're unwilling to, then you're probably not fit to have a child.
Oh, no. Actually, me and Pip get along quite well, and actually, after he ran off, we agreed he would be on his best behavior.
All right. Well, I'll let you guys off with a warning. If anything
Thank
like
you
this
so
happens
much, sir.
again within the next 6 months,
Of course.
y'all will be in
Yeah,
big trouble. I'm
Yes,
sorry.
of course, sir. We understand completely, and you've been very generous.
Of course. And he kind of nods, and the guy kind of the guy at the door kind of motions for you to kind of go out.
Okay.
And
She leaves.
so I'm gonna bring in Thing next. So if you kind of wanna.
Right.
So the guard kind of brings you in, and he's like, I'm so sorry about this. He you can tell he's done this a couple of times. He's just kind of like, I know this is probably nothing that you might be uncomfortable with, but we have to pat you down. It's protocol.
I just get it over with. I got nothing here to hide.
Gotcha. And he kind of goes through the stuff, and he's like, it's just like, this is like it's nothing out of the ordinary, typical for a traveler. He's kind of confused about the hammer, but that's probably about it. But he doesn't ask. He's just kind of like, so we didn't really find anything, but I actually have a question. I know there were other people kind of mourning the body, but you guys seem to be the loudest, and I was wondering if you had known about this. And he kind of sets down the journal. He's still holding it, but he kind of like lays it on the table.
What is this?
He's like, from what I can tell, it's the journal from the lady that was murdered. Thanks to your bloodied friend over there.
Yeah, I don't know. They must have got it off the body before I got over there or anything. Because my friend Sini and we kind of approached it and already kind of saw them over there. I have no idea what that is or anything about it. It's just a book from what I can see.
Interesting. It's like, and can you? Are you good at Elvish? Because I can't personally read some of this. He kind of flips through the pages to kind of show you that some of it's in Elvish, but some of it's in kind of Common. Just kind of depends on which page you're on.
I mean, I can read Common just fine, but never really learned anything about Elvish.
All right, well, sorry for the inconvenience. Like I said, it's just protocol. We'll probably in the next couple of days go and finish some interrogation. I think he kind of lets Thing out, and he's like, we actually have a few people coming in for interrogation, just because they were around the body. So he kind of is having guards bring everybody else in. Just for questioning, simple questioning, if they saw anything, if they heard anything. But basically, he kind of lets Thing go out and kind of motions for Cine in. And kind of while they're in the interrogation room, which I'll get to in a second, some of the guards kind of lead Tori, Grogu, Jazz, a few other people kind of in. So basically, they'll lead Cindy in, and they'll kind of sit her down, and they're like, "Listen, ma'am, I'm so sorry. We have to pat you down. It's protocol."
Okay.
And basically, they start patting you down. There's nothing of note, at the time at least. Basically, all that they'll see is like they'll see your rations, your arrow, your quiver, your hand axe, which they'll be like, interesting. But nothing really interesting. And they're like, okay, so I heard from I believe I heard from your friend that you know how to read Elvish.
Yes.
It's like, okay, can you? He kind of pulls out the book and he's like, do you? And he kind of starts opening some of the pages and he's like, do you know what any of this says?
Let me get a closer look.
Okay, do you want to
It's
read?
hard for me to see.
Gotcha. Do you want to roll a perception check?
Yeah.
Go for it.
6.
You got a 6? Oh no. Honestly, so looking through, it looks like she was writing in a hurry. Like for some reason, some of the pages look like more ferocious than others. Basically, you can't really see anything aside from stone. A couple of town names, like I said. Basically, she was just going back through the list, kind of listing what she finds, if she finds anything. But there's a new word that kind of sticks out to you. That seems to be the name of the stone, but you're not entirely sure. And that is Itafia. So
Yeah.
as you're kind of like, as he's kind of skimming through, it looks like Itafia is going to be a pretty decently connected word to the stone. So it looks like, I don't know, either that's the name of the stone or that's some sort of title that goes along with the stone. You can't really tell. But from what you can tell, that is a new word that you can read sometimes in the scribbles. And so the guard's kind of like, Itafia.
Wait a minute, guards. Where did you get this book?
They the tiefling said that it was on the woman, that the tiny bird thing stole it.
I knew it. I knew that bird was up to no good. Ugh.
Yeah. Well, we can't charge them with anything, unfortunately, but I don't know if this is of any importance. We're gonna keep it for further interrogation. We actually have a few people coming in that were kind of also around the body. But really, there's nothing that we can do. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
And kind
Are
of.
you sure you guys don't know anything more about what's going on?
Not that we're aware of.
It seems weird to bring in all those other people. A lot of them haven't even seen the body.
A lot of them have. So basically, they brought in Tori, Snap, I think Grogu, and I think they basically just bring like the rest of the people in. Grogu, Jazz,
Being Gorg.
Gorg. Yeah, so they kind of lead everyone in as they're kind of taking you out. And they kind of look at Snapdragon and they kind of motion her in.
Wait, do you know what Atafia means? You sounded like you knew something about it.
Hmm.
I'm gonna Oh, go ahead. Sorry, guys.
Oh no, you're good. I was gonna say, well, honestly, with regards to the stone, they could be talking about the Atafia stone. And he's standing in the doorway, by the way. He's like, there's honestly no way of telling. If anything, they could be talking about the Atafian people too. They were an ancient bunch, but nothing of note. They were pretty ritualistic, so I don't know why she would have any info on them. It's like I said, this is all just speculation from what I've seen. And like from what you've said, it looks like it's just gonna be Itafia something.
Well, thank you for your time, guard, and apologies for the bit of heat we had back there.
Of course. Y'all have a good night.
You too.
So kind of he does that and he kind of motions Snapdragon in.
Snapdragon wasn't in the. Snapdragon never got sent to jail. Or she left.
What do you mean she left?
Whenever we were arguing, Snapdragon went back to the inn. She put it in chat.
Oh.
Or I just went away. I don't know where I went. I just kind of
In the chat
backed
it said
away
that you were
slowly.
halfway back to the inn, but
Okay. Then
you did.
honestly, if anything, if you want to avoid conflict, you can completely sidestep this. If you left as everyone was arguing. Do you know if you were kind of around the area, or still around the alleyway?
Let's say I was a little bit. I kind of witnessed the guards a little bit come in, and I kind of sneaked, peered from afar as y'all were collected.
Okay. So I guess let's go ahead and say that honestly, they probably didn't even see you. If you've left at during the argument and the guards were passing by, honestly, they could have thought that you were looking at another alleyway. They were kind of.
I get dark blue, and it's nighttime. Good.
Yeah, they probably didn't even take you in. So they'll kind of. I guess let's kind of bring in Jazz next. Because I think Jazz was kind of right there, not there, but was kind of walking up to talk to people. So, Jazz, they kind of bring you in, run through the whole spiel. They're like, "I'm sorry, ma'am, or sir, sorry." At this point, they're like, "I'm so used to saying ma'am. We got to do this," and they kind of search you a bit. And from what they can tell, there's nothing that you have of interest. I don't know if you took the book with you, but if they didn't find the book.
I took the book.
You took the book? Then they probably did find the book. So they kind of asked you kind of what you were doing with it. They're kind of so kind of why do you have this? Is there anything
Well, I was very interested in the book.
It's like, yeah, but it's of Australia's history. It's like you can't really. It's like, were you trying to like figure out a way to like learn the streets? Because from what I can tell, there's a map on the front. I'm obviously there's it's a very small map. It's like very front cover, and it just says Australia on it with like a little silhouette.
I'm very sorry. I'm very interested in history and
It's like, okay. You're very elven-like. Have you by chance ever heard of the name of Nirer? It looks like she was a pretty busy lady running through different towns and stuff.
yes.
You do? It looks like this is gonna be her journal. She didn't really say much in there, but from what we can tell, there's something about a stone relating back to the Atophians. There's nothing really else that we could decipher.
May I see the book?
It's like, well, unfortunately, we're gonna have to kind of hold it for you just in case. It's protocol, but we can. If you want, you can kind of look through it if you want to kind of turn some of the pages. Do you want to make like an intelligence check since you are elvish, or like a perception check or something like that? Which I guess I could do. I could probably do that.
Yes.
So I guess would it be intelligence or perception? If we're gonna, I guess perception.
Yeah, perception.
Ooh, a 15. Not bad. Okay, so as you were looking through, kind of like flipping through the pages, you kind of read more about kind of the stone, kind of why it's important. And basically this stone is it's a very ornate stone that has been missing probably for about 100 years. There are the people that it's named after that are not necessarily like nomadic, but they're ritualistic in a way that they kind of move in certain sections of their town each couple of years or so. But basically, they equate the prosperity of the stone or of the crops and everything around them to the stone. They basically see it as a powerful source. And it looks like
they're mostly looking for the stone.
He kind of sits there for a second, and he's like, "Why would she be looking for the Atafia stone?" And he kind of like flips it back and like looks at it for a second, kind of flips it back, and he's like, "It's like, is there anything else that you can see?" And
Well,
there's definitely a little bit more that you can kind of you can see through. So basically, if you want to look into it more, there is the Atafians basically have kind of filtered out. They've kind of died off, a lot of them. there are a lot of like elders that are still alive, but even they're starting to dwindle down. So the Atafians, if anything, are completely wiped out. Their knowledge of the stone and its location is completely gone.
It seems as if this person was trying to look for something important to them.
Interesting. It's like, well, I guess that's it. I mean, I don't have any other questions. And he kind of looks to the other guard and he's like, do you have anything? And the other guard that's standing by the door is just kind of shaking his head and shrugging. And the guy's kind of just like, all right, well, it looks like you're good to go. He kind of pats the book, or he pats the table and he kind of like lets you go. And then one last person, we're gonna swap to Tori. Yay! Okay, we're gonna bring you in really quick. So
Okay.
basically, they bring you in and they're like, "We're so sorry. We got to do this. Blah blah blah." They'll run you through the pat down. They don't really see anything. Basically,
Not too much.
yeah. Basically, what they'll kind of sit you down to kind of like ask you more about is kind of like, so we found a journal of what we think is the lady in the alleyway. A lot of it's in Elvish, but from what the guy that just walked out said was that it's relating to it's something about a stone. It's like the and he kind of snaps his fingers and he's like, it's the Atafia stone, something like that.
Oh, really?
So yeah. Do you have any information on that?
Can I roll history to see if I have any information on that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. I rolled a 6.
Ooh, okay. So, really, from what you grew up knowing, you didn't really know too much. Basically, what you know is that the Atafia stone has been a staple for the Atafians for decades, years.
Right.
In the past, I don't know. I would say the last time it was used, if this is like offhand knowledge, but you would probably know this from stories, would be that there were the Aesaith used it in the Battle of Estrella, which was the main battle for liberation. You know its power. You know it has a lot of power, and that the Aesaith has since then disbanded. He's like, do you know anything?
The more of a powerful relic kind of thing. People have built a religion out of it. That's what I was raised in, really.
Interesting. It's like, okay, well, he kind of skims through it and he's like, is there anything offhanded that you would know about? And I want you to roll. Oh gosh, roll wisdom.
Wisdom saving or just wisdom?
I would just say just wisdom because he kind of slowly flips pages so you can stop him really at any time.
Gotcha. Roll the 12.
You rolled a 12? Okay. So on one page, after he finishes flipping a page, there's like a weird kind of insignia that you recognize. It's kind of towards the end of the book, and it's almost like it was drawn in like in blood.
Oh. Would I have any idea what that is? Would I recognize that in any way, shape, or form?
You would. So it's basically a twisted spin on the Aesaith's insignia. And basically what the Aesaith, like, so like we said, the Aesaith is kind of disbanded. Basically, basically with this insignia is that it's been altered to make it almost look new.
New?
Like the blood is still wet, and the symbol has been changed ever so slightly.
I think that she might have drawn this. I don't know what it necessarily. I know it symbolizes something. I don't know if this changed thing, if it means anything different.
He kind of turns to the book and he like looks at it, and he's like, I'm not sure. I don't know. And he kind of flips through a couple of the pages before he reaches the end. And he's like, oh. And he kind of like looks at this for a second, and he's like,
what is it?
I guess this is important. And he kind of turns this around, and it basically it basically in blood. It looks like kind of the woman's like handwriting before she like keeled over. And basically it says something along the lines of, because it was a mess, da 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 da, Aesaith, da 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 da, again.
I think she just performed some kind of ritual before she passed. Or before it finally hit her.
And he kind of like, he looks at it. And he looks at the guard. And he kind of takes a deep breath, kind of ushers Tori out. And he's like, he kind of shuts the book and he's like, all right, we're going to take this for further processing, just to be sure everything is okay. If anything, we'll return it to whoever within the next couple of days. And that's where we'll end it.
Ooh!
Session over?
Session over.
That was fun.
I had such a good time.
I liked how we got the
I had an awful time. They took my coloring book.
I also got to threaten the child.
She did some coloring too before she died.
Oh.
It's okay.
Yeah. She did some fun coloring. You'll probably get it back within 2 days if you guys stay there. Yeah, within 2 days, y'all probably.
Dude, I was about to break in. I was gonna.
You guys are gonna
give before we left.
Guard is gonna give that very important book back to the baby.
I'm a very important person.
Listen, they'll probably give it to the group. Whoever gets it first gets it.
Okay. Are we talking about the book that Elvish woman wrote in?
Yep.
Elvis.
Please.
That
Hey, you just
Elvis
have to-
woman.
Elvis woman. No, they have to. I think right now they just have to log it for.
Well, doesn't it have like instructions on how to summon a demon?
Who gets the dog?
But can't
Yeah.
you guys just imagine how funny it would have been if no one ever knew Pip had that book? And then like days into this, we're all like strung out, like we don't know what to do. And then like someone looks over at Pip and they're like, "Pip, what are you doing?" And Pip's just like coloring in the book. And they look and it's just like a book of like all this like evidence and like that would have been so funny.
It would have.
Well, Cassini can read it, and I think
Plot ruined.
Jazz.
Bro, I was not good as my character. I'm sorry.
Oh, I wasn't either. It's
Was that
Y'all were
Abby?
great.
Great.
Voice is
Great.
hard.
I almost said fucking great, but I decided against it.
Nice.
Improv is harder though, you know?
It is.
Yeah.
I hope that one day I
he really wanted to watch the whole thing, but he got tired, so he went to bed.
Oh dang. Oh well.
He's like, "Why are you guys doing it so late? I could never." He went to bed at like 11:50.
Oh
Oh
god.
my-
See,
I'm-
I
ahead.
literally get off of work at 10 my time, so like I can't
Yeah.
Oh my
do it
God.
any other time than late.
Oh yeah, no, I know. I don't mind it. I've been like having trouble sleeping recently, so this is really helpful. Something to actually do at this time of night.
I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to do stuff this late at night during college though, since I have like
Yeah.
so.
During
Yeah,
college,
same here.
cartilage.
Is there any like? Do you have like an off day that we could do it? Maybe regularly or something. Work.
Like would you have like a do you only go like Tuesdays, Thursdays, or Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, or do you have kind of
I
a
mean,
mix?
my idea was like maybe once, you know, me and Kai and like Austin, whoever else is going to college, I can't keep up with all you fucks. Start going.
Imagine me having to keep up
maybe-
with like 7 characters.
We can all just like, you know, lay out like our general schedules and try and find a sweet spot. We can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
I'm
could
down.
have a scheduling chat in this channel.
We should.
Oh,
Yeah.
also, and by the way, I know I have mod in this chat, but I figured out I can't actually do important things like add bots. Can I get like more privileges?
Yeah, I don't know how to do that.
All right, I could talk you through it.
Yeah, let's go. Let's do
Kai.
this. Okay,
Um,
wait. Before I do anything, do you you guys want to know the name that I've
I've
been
been-
thinking of?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk about other
Okay.
stuff. Corrupt.
Valid. Okay, so the name that I was thinking of for this campaign is going to be obviously D&D, but it's Ruins of the Aesaith.
Ooh.
Is that interesting? Does that
Yeah.
sound
That was
cool?
such a
It is.
synchronized ooh.
I'm
That scared
interested.
me.
Okay, I'll probably have to change DBD&D for idiots to Ruins of the Aesaith just for a little bit of time, and then
No,
I'll.
I
No,
want
keep
it
it like that, dude.
Are you
Just-
sure?
Yeah, I
Yes,
like
that's
it.
so cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
I really liked your
We've got
description at the
picture
beginning.
that has
Also,
the
it was
D&D
very
and
immersive.
D&D.
So you want me to change the